Hello, slurs. Canethius, thank you for being a member over there. Wow. Let me get my multi-stream chat up. Post announcing the stream was the first time I saw a threat that mentioned Project 2025. Looking forward to more of that. Wait. Oh, yeah. No, I saw that wonderful, incredible person saying that they couldn't wait to corral me into a truck and send me off to a meat factory. I will be drinking out of my Furiosa chalice today for this stream. Yeah, I saw that, Krenna. Takashto, hello, it's me, Slurs, hello. How was it? Furiosa is great. I've seen it twice already. I gotta catch up with Kojima. I came really close. Hello, dog. Dog, what? Do you have things? Oh. What? Okay. Dog wanted to say hi for a second, I guess. Go see it. Yeah, absolutely go see it. Yeah, we are starting off. So we have a packed house today. So the way I want to tackle this is, God, I need a less squeaky chair. There we go. Yeah, that works for me. Let's see. Sorry, I'm still fiddling around with lighting because I moved everything for my... Yeah, that'll work good. I moved everything for my cloud photo shoot. So I used all of my lighting elsewhere, and so I have to redo everything. Hey from Hawaii. I hope you're having fun there, Audrey. Showing love and respect. Aw, thank you, Canethius. So yeah, like I was saying, we have a big day today, full of lots of stuff to look at that I'm very excited for. Imperfect Rebus, thank you very much. Banana Brain ZEF, thank you for saying my hair slays, but it is actually, it's kind of been a mess today because yesterday I wore the cloud wig all day for Comic-Con. So right now it's just a nightmare, and I am getting ready tomorrow to get my hair professionally done. What did Nash say? Even if it's not the way you always want it. Well, I am, like I said, because I have a actual speech coming up this next Saturday at Spokane Pride, so I will be on stage and on camera and recording that. My natural hair color is the roots. It's brown. It's kind of a brownish, blondie brown. It gets very light sometimes. Yeah, Matt Walsh. So, sorry, I keep getting distracted as I want to do. There's so much to talk about today. We have Matt Walsh, who we're going to talk about here. Dog, I'm going to put you in the kitchen. You're being such a book. Matt Walsh is being a dork, as one would expect. However, today we have a cornucopia, a festivus of Pride-related things to watch. From Matt to Blair White getting kicked out of Pride to the Hate Church delivering one of the most... So there's one sermon I'll go in blind for, and then there's another sermon that might be one of the most deranged... We haven't looked at a sermon in a while. The one the local Hate Church came out with yesterday is so... like, it's one of the most deranged things I've seen in a minute. Your eyelid protruding bits are also slang. Well, thank you. And so we have the Hate Church. We have Matt Walsh, Blair White. I want to touch on the cast review again. There's so much to get through today, so I want to jump right into it. And I have a bunch of other stuff to also talk about if we don't get if we get through everything. Somebody asking for non-binary honorifics. I will take Your Majesty. Your Highness is also pretty good. On the subject, while it's Pride, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, follow. I have a video coming tomorrow, hopefully, if it gets fully ad approved, of me talking to some protesters at a Pride event in Idaho, talking to some homophobic protesters. That has... If you enjoyed my CPAC videos, and particularly enjoyed just me talking to people who say some of the most batshit things you've ever heard, you're gonna really like this video. So stay tuned for that tomorrow, and be sure to tune in for that. Nasho Hash, I will accept your grace. I will accept your grace. So really quick to start with, I wanted to go through because I thought when I saw this thread, I was like, oh God, Matt is going to take one example of like a person actually hurting a kid or something and blow it out of proportion. But that's not actually what this thread is, which makes it that much funnier. Basically, Matt does not understand ballroom or drag culture, and it seems like he kind of just Googled everything to figure out like a very quick explanation to try and act like a expert to his followers here. And this is great. Like this explanation, because I would really love to hear him. There's a video linked at the end of this, and I kind of want to check it out. But I would really love to hear him actually explain what all of this shit is. So he's been going after, because he and Hi Rychik really love to target people. They've both been going after Miss Rachel, who's, oh my goodness, we have a surprise guest on the stream today. Hello. The Eccentric Gentleman is resubbed for 2 months. Thank you very much. Came to sub on Twitch, watch on YouTube. I appreciate it so much. And Hijun, thank you very much. Hishizan, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. I super duper appreciate, especially right now, I have so many, let me see if show cat. Cat. Do you have anything to say? Do you want to say something into the mic? I don't know if you guys heard that. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, I likewise, I had no idea who Miss Rachel was until today. Did you guys hear the... What? You're just sitting here. Lady is not happy that Cat could get on my lap and she cannot. Oh, Nashosh, this is... I just turned it off. It's a good like step up mic from the one I had. Dog, please. And I just need it. I spent like, it was like $30 off on Amazon, had good reviews, and I've needed a crane mic because my desk is very small, and having a mic with a tripod stand take up space on it has been a nightmare, especially for recording. And thus far, this has been like, I can just swing it off to the side when I'm done, swing it back if I need to record something quickly. It's so, it's just one of those things that is so like small and liberating. Kaku thank you very much, Kaku Jenny, that's a very cute name, for subscribing at tier 1. Yeah, Gay Ghost Prince, Blair White at Pride, ooh girl, get out of here. That's pretty much what everybody at Pride said. So really quick, we're gonna go through Matt Walsh's thing first, then we're gonna go through Blair White, then we're gonna go through the cast report, and then we're gonna end going through hate church sermons, which will take a minute, but there is some gold in there. Gold in them hills. And I'm watching all of the local hate church sermons because I can tell they're trying not to mention me. I can tell. But I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna slip up at one point because I've infected their mind. So Miss Rachel, I guess, is a TikTok kind of mom-fluencer type, very positive person. I haven't seen much except for what has been shared by Libs of TikTok and Matt Walsh. A day after Miss Rachel told her audience that she didn't care if they opposed her Pride post, her sidekick, a they-them named Jules, performed at the Queer Fam Pride Jam. The event was advertised as family-friendly. It wasn't. Now, if you are thinking, okay, well, what was unfamily-friendly about this? He goes through, and literally nothing he lists is unfamily-friendly. Like, at all. Like, even remotely. This is the outfit the performer was wearing. This is not unfamily friendly to me. Everything is adequately covered and nothing is actually very suggestive. But let's go through and see what he mauls about. On Sunday, the city of Chicago, along with several corporate partners, including Lululemon, partnered with the event, which put out these marketing materials to encourage kids to come. I mean, it would be encouraging parents to come. Kids generally don't go on their own. It featured Jules, who identifies as white, non-binary, trans-masc human, and claims that as a 2-year-old she realized something's not right with her body. At 12, a teacher exposed her to gender ideology. Which doesn't really square with like the timeline they like to present, but whatever. Following Jules' performance of songs about crabs, caterpillars, and butterflies, the children... Oh god, that sounds so unfamily friendly. I hate it when kids learn about very basic creatures. The children were subjected to a grown man in a skin-tight leopard print onesie with heels, shaking his body around while collecting a dollar bill from a small child. Now, first off, tipping is just a thing you do at drag performances. I know a lot of these people who don't experience, like, culture think that you only give tips to strippers, and especially people like Matt, who literally doesn't believe in tipping, thinks you only do it for strippers, apparently. But you can just, like, tip people. Like, some people do it for, like, doormen, door people. Like, I've seen people tip airline staff. Like, it's a thing people just kind of do. When you do a job that, especially something like drag, where a lot of people are starting out, it doesn't actually pay that much, if anything at all. So, like, you are for entertainment saying, here you go. Here is a couple dollars for your trouble, for helping to entertain us and making this a fun event. Matt doesn't understand that. He thinks it's that is the similarity he's drawing. And you'll notice none of this seems particular, like, this is not a suggestive dance. I'm sorry. This might be one of the most laughable examples I've seen of them trying to blow a performance out of proportion. Like they always try and be like, oh, look at this. Look at how they're gesticulating or twerking or anything. There's none of that happening here. This is just very basic dancing. Very basic dancing. Hello, Tara Billie Jean. The children were then trained in the gay Vogue dance style by a grown man. As opposed to what? A kangaroo? A dog? Like, another child is going to teach them how to Vogue? It's the way that Haya Reichik and Matt uses this loaded language to try and obviously get across the idea that, oh, your kids are in danger. A grown man is teaching them how to Vogue. But look at the event. Look at what is happening here. Look at all of the parents around. Look at all of the adults. Look at everybody fully clothed. Just teaching kids how to dance. Children, famously, have never danced. They've never enjoyed dancing at all. This is something that is never documented in society. Yeah, Draconis, it's super tame. And let me tell you, this is as unfamily friendly as it gets. This is it. This is the peak. Now, this part is very funny to me because Matt very obviously just looked it up on Google. Learning to strut and shimmy, voguing is linked to effeminate men and gay ballroom, where older LGBTQ identifying individuals act as mothers and fathers to often misguided younger members. Now, I understand Matt is one of the most... Oh, hello, that's very cute. I just put my hand out and Miss just goes... I understand Matt is one of the most incurious people in the world, but ballroom mothers, and drag fathers are generally not. And go, if you have ever been curious about like early ballroom culture, go and watch Paris is Burning, classic documentary. But it really does lay it out in there that ballroom culture is not just like the way he wants to make it sound is that they're these old people trying to seduce and get your children away from you and misguide them. The actual truth behind how those cultures developed is queer youth who had parents like Matt would be kicked out onto the street, nowhere to go, and drag mothers and houses would form around the ballroom cultures to protect those kids from drugs, prostitution, people who would beat them, people who would kill them, and provide for them a sense of family that they were missing. Most often because, oh, hello, Cat. Cat is saying, Cat is doing this. She says, hello, everybody. Destin the Damned, oh my goodness, thank you so much. Holy cats. Leo Fee, thank you very much. Has resubscribed for 9 months total. Good morning, beautiful people, specifically you, DD. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I'm great. Thanks for asking. I got a great deal on a vinyl figure of one of my favorite Antifa Super Soldier Alucard from Helsing. That is awesome. Oh, gosh, when you get a good deal. I got a good, I went to, for those who saw, I was at Comic-Con yesterday. And, Kat, I don't know if this is going to work the way you want it to. Okay, what are you doing, Parker? What are you doing? You are such a baby. Look at... Do you all see this baby right now? Ow. What are you doing? Cat, this is not... This is not... Dustin the Damned. Goodness gracious. You guys are in a... Alright. Yeah, let me... Dustin the Damned, thank you for gifting tier 1 subs to Vibrator 3000, The Zomo, Somebody Nowhere, Paladin Lost, and Gale Hound. Thank you guys so much. It really, really helps right now, especially after the kind of bunk month I had. No, this is your fault. Getting all twisted up in my shirt. What are you doing? What are you... What a little monster. I love you anyway. She's just sitting back in my lap. She like went up, wanted to come back down. What a goofball. Be nice to Kitty. I am always nice to Kitty. What was I saying? Drag culture. Yeah, like Matt just has literally no idea about what he's talking about. As usual. 6. Is this the happy pride Miss Rachel was talking about? Celebrating the exposure of children to grown men with fetishes and a penchant for sharing them with little kids. Now, you might ask, what fetish has been shared here? Because I haven't seen one. Like, not a single one. Is dancing a fetish now? Like, I understand Matt very likely cannot dance. But just because other people can do it? Like, yeah, this is the happy pride. Look at everybody smiling. Look at these kids being taught how to dance, gaining confidence to go up and have fun in front of others. Being unafraid of what people are thinking, just having fun in dancing. Like, how terrible. Oh my God. Jules, and perhaps even Miss Rachel herself, believes in the idea of representation. He's just so cartoonishly, like, he's just like a Rocky and Bullwinkle villain. They believe in the idea of representation. Whether they include an overt lesson on gender ideology in your children's content or not, Jules' ambiguous physical presentation in the show is the point. So just having somebody who is ambiguous in their presentation is enough to just make them like, oh, this is indoctrination. Whoa. I hate when people are different. Whoa. Happy Pride Month. Thank you for joining up Logan's Mansion Games. Also, I'm sorry if anybody hears Lady whining. She will be fine. She just got fed. Right before I started, Lady got fed, got a walk, got walkies, went to the bathroom. There's nothing she needs. She is just mad the cat is on my lap. Jules believes that her representation, aka being in Miss Rachel's Songs for Littles, I do not like the word little. I understand that it's not a bad thing here. I just don't like it. It has an ick associated with it. Helps to, quote, encourage and nurture a sense of curiosity in kids and teach them that there are infinite ways to exist in the world and one isn't better than the other. Literally, do you hear what you are talking about? Matt, do you ever listen to what you're fucking complaining about? Oh my God. Yummy Nikki, thank you very much. Except we know this isn't true. Like, literally, he's saying he is disagreeing with teaching a kid that you can be who you want, and being one thing isn't necessarily better than being another. Telling a child they can identify as the opposite sex and putting them on a pathway to sterilization and mutilation is certainly worse than teaching them to embrace who they are, the sex they were born. Okay, Matt, what if they don't, what if who they are isn't that? You absolute dullard. You dork. Jules created music for Power to the Queer Children, which donated 100% of proceeds to the Trevor Project. Did she consider children's well-being? Did she consider children's well-being when she specifically donated to a charity that helps kids? This fucking guy, like, this is the same Trevor Project that, according to the New York Post, great source of information, Matt, hosted chat rooms where minors talk with adults about graphic sexual fetishes and masturbation. It currently supports the sterilization and mutilation of minors known as gender-affirming care. Yeah, because a lot of kids don't have outlets where they can safely talk about those things that could get them hurt if they try and talk about it with their parents. That could get them hurt if they don't know anything about it. Kids do need an outlet like that. Obviously, kids should be careful, but the culture that is created by people like Matt necessitates spaces like that, where kids can talk about things uninhibited to adults who they can hopefully, and granted, this is a hard thing to trust with adults over the internet. I don't even like the way that sounds, but it is something that is necessitated by people like Matt. Once again, he is creating all of the ills he's complaining about. Miss Rachel promoting Jules to encourage more young children to identify as non-binary. That's not, none of that was not borne out or shown by anything you've said so far. They simply, this is just the social contagion shit. Like, this is just saying, if a kid sees a non-binary person, they're going to emulate that. No. If the kid's not non-binary, I've had plenty of kids. I've been around kids who are either kids of friends, kids of family kids. I don't have many kids in my family anymore. Everybody's kind of grown up. But I've been around, like, I'm old enough to have friends who have kids. They've seen me, they've met me. They don't come out. They don't identify as non-binary. Like, Matt just has no fucking idea what he's saying. It seems that way. That would explain why she personally invited Dylan Mulvaney, an adult man who pretends he's a girl, to participate in one of her children's videos. Not at all because Dylan is like an awesome superstar of positivity that you and people like you are just obsessed with for no reason. Miss Rachel's Songs for Littles videos are billed as educational content for kids and toddlers. They include renditions of nursery rhymes like Wheels on the Bus. What would Miss Rachel want Dylan Mulvaney to say to the kids and toddlers exactly? I don't fucking know. Probably singing Wheels on the Bus. This is just another great example of how they conspiracize. Like, he is taking these things that are perfectly innocent and innocuous and affixing to them hypotheticals that will worm their way into the brains of his brain-wormed audience so that they can just be like, well, yeah, but what if they're saying something else? It's like, okay, well, go watch it. Go find out. Matt won't. But, like, I'm willing to bet it's just the first thing you said. I'm willing to bet it's just educational content for kids. Sorry. Jules may be excited to hang out with you and your littles, but she will most certainly not be coming anywhere near mine. Well, that's because you homeschool, Matt, and your kids are probably not the most socially well-adjusted, and odds are I'm gonna have some of them come out as queer at some point. Jules So 12, thank you so much for subscribing for 3 months, listening to the channel while fencing in my raspberry bushes. Oh, fencing in my raspberry bushes. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to you too. I thought you were fencing around no, you are fencing in. Okay, I gotcha. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. What does he have to say about Pride Month?
Our country wasn't always like this. Every aspect of these festivities is artificial, which is why every year the facade becomes a little more obvious, even to the most oblivious among us.
That's, again, we love to see Matt just using a bunch of big words to like pad time and not really say anything. Like what the fuck are you even saying, dude? You're hanging out too much with Matt or with Ben, bro.
Like that old story from the Soviet Union where nobody wanted to be the first person to stop clapping for Stalin. So everybody just clapped indefinitely, and then inevitably someone is the first person to stop, and they end up getting in a lot of trouble. In that case, going to the gulag for like 10 years.
What the fuck are you even talking?
And something like that happened over the weekend to the luxury car maker BMW. Now this year, as they've done every year in recent memory, BMW dutifully changed its official profile picture on social media to reflect the gay-friendly colors. But at the same time, BMW very conspicuously...
The gay-friendly colors. The rainbow, Matt? The basic primary colors, the gay-friendly colors. Man,
didn't change his...
He's more mad than he's ever been. Also, if you notice the red marks on my hand, these are all mosquito bites. I got eaten alive during my Cloud cosplay shoot. And they're just popping up on me today. Yeah, I'm glad I did it, but I did not anticipate bringing bug spray to a forest. So if you ever go to a forest, don't forget to bring bug spray.
Profile picture in Middle Eastern countries at all. Unfortunately for BMW, someone on the internet noticed this discrepancy and asked BMW the following question, quote, how come you don't proudly display your logos and pride colors on your Middle East post?
It is such a weird thing that so many people go back to the well of a different part of the world not being accepting of queer people as like some kind of gotcha. It's like, yeah, we know. At this point, it's not surprising because there are like laws around some of that shit over there. It's not surprising that in a different part of the world, things are different. What a revelation, Matt. Even though they want to twist it and use it for this. The other part is that they don't understand that nobody is more cognizant of rainbow capitalism. They hold this cognitive dissonance, right? Where they are constantly trying to depict leftists as wanting to tear down capitalism and being against companies and capitalism and all this stuff. But then they're like, oh yeah, you lefty woke tard, cuck SJW LGBTQ, you think those companies really love you? It's like, Matt, there is nobody more aware of rainbow capitalism than queer people. Like, it is baked into the history of queer movements. It is so ridiculous. Like, again, he hasn't even brought this up yet. I just know where this is going because their arguments are always the damn same. Gear Up has converted a Prime Gaming sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you so much. Vadat Goovy, thank you very much for following.
And then, for reasons that are not clear at all, somebody at BMW decided to respond to that question. They wrote, quote, "This is an established practice at the BMW Group, which also takes into consideration market-specific legal regulations and country-specific cultural aspects."
Did you catch the legal regulations?
So that's the official explanation from BMW for why the Pride colors are for Western countries and not the Arab countries. We're just pandering, is essentially what they're saying. They're admitting
this is just what Asman said in the Spider-Man video I did. Like I have that clip of Asman where he's like, they don't care about you. They just want your money. It's like, it's a company. Yeah. Like, what a revelation. Yeah, Matt being totally baffled by the existence of capitalism. RedZor69, you slayed in that cloud cosplay. Thank you so much. I am really glad I finally took those pictures, and I haven't even started. Probably tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna start teasing some of the cloud lingerie pics I took, because some of those are pretty fire. Like those came out really well. I have to go through the cloud thing, but yeah, those coming soon to the OnlyFans, so keep an eye out. I actually already put a teaser of the cloud lingerie set up on OnlyFans.
This isn't about activism or gay rights or whatever. They're just adjusting their messaging for what they think people want to hear.
It's advertising, bro. Like, this is, I don't.
So they can make money. Not exactly a major revelation here, but this kind of honesty from a major corporation is unusual. And if you're the optimistic type, you might take it as a sign that things might be returning to normal somewhat at some point in the near future. There are certainly other indications that corporate America is finally retreating to some extent from...
What the fuck is he even saying? There are some indications, somewhat to some extent, that maybe there might be some kind of... Like, you're just padding for time. I hate this shit.
This insanity. For example, last year, Microsoft's Xbox brand removed their Pride colors or platforms on some of their Pride Month messaging. But for every positive sign like that, there are indications...
Wait. They lock stuff on Twitter for Pride Month messaging because of people like you, Matt. It's not... Never mind. Never mind.
That we are in fact backsliding further into the abyss. And for example, one of the social media accounts of
okay, so like again, it's this just perfect example of how Matt Walsh actually is a fascist. Is the we're actually winning, but actually it's never we've never been worse off. Like, it's so over. At the same time, we've never been more back. Like, he's talking about, oh, maybe, might be kind of turning to changing the tide. At the same time, it's like, actually, cultural decline, it's just getting worse all the time. It's like, pick a lane.
Navy SEALs posted this image celebrating Pride Month. Here it is. You can see it.
Oh, like, also specifically, somebody's saying, you should repeat that. To be fair, it seems like Twitter has recently edited their policy, so explicitly says that porn is fully allowed. So Twitter is definitely going to be a danger zone for avoiding NSFW stuff. I mean, like, I do like boudoir modeling, and I have a lot of friends and mutuals who are sex workers. So my timeline is filled with porn. Like, filled always.
This is
that is on me.
Navy Special Warfare.
You know what? It needs a streamer mode. It needs a streamer mode. That's what we need. We need a streamer mode for Twitter.
Command flying the LGBTQ colors and lecturing us about equality and pride. You won't find a better illustration for why the Navy is experiencing a massive recruitment shortfall than this. It should go without saying, but
the Navy is experiencing a recruitment shortfall, according to Matt, because they're appealing to pride. The United States Navy, famously the straightest branch of the military, I can't believe this guy.
you know, the kind of people who appreciate these flags and make their sexuality into their identity are generally not the kind of people who want to, you know, endure grueling conditions and potentially sacrifice their lives behind enemy lines for America. Like, we want...
That's because the Navy doesn't go generally behind enemy lines. They're on boats, Matt. They're the Navy. That's...
people in these positions who are focused on the mission and on the defense of their country. That should be obvious to the Navy SEALs, but apparently it's not. And of course, that's not even getting into the larger issue, which is that the government should not be participating in activism. Period. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One of them is that in many cases it creates an obvious conflict of interest.
The government should not be participating in activism and talking about being accepting and inclusive. The United States... dog. Oh no, Thunder the Coyote, he does not... Matt Walsh has no military experience. Matt Walsh went from no college to just having a career, basically.
Consider the fact that on Sunday, the FBI was sashaying through the Gay Pride Parade in West Hollywood.
Sashay away.
There were several FBI employees who were wearing their FBI-issued clothing, apparently followed by FBI vehicles in the parade. Watch.
Okay. So then there shouldn't be any military parades, right? There shouldn't be any, like, Veterans Day parades? Because that's advocating. That's activism, according to Matt. Hey, Nashosh. Oh, God, do not scroll down on my Twitter, please, for the love of Christ. Give me a heart attack. I'm going to get banned.
Okay. There you go. Now, this is the same FBI that, under Merrick Garland and Christopher Wray, has launched investigations into parents who question the indoctrination of children at school board meetings. You may remember that. Parents didn't like their kids reading books that vividly described various gay encounters, so the school board groups complained, and the FBI started...
That's not what happened, obviously.
Looking into the whole situation, and now that same FBI is marching at a parade that's explicitly a celebration of that lifestyle. It was also a celebration of abortion too, which is why Planned Parenthood participated in that Pride Parade. And of course,
it shouldn't ever surprise me that they don't know that Planned Parenthood doesn't just do abortion. Like, in fact, abortion makes up a very small percentage of their overall, like, services. The reason that Planned Parenthood is at Pride is probably because they do a lot of STIs testing, STD testing for low-income areas to make sure that diseases don't spread. They also do, I get all of my hormones and my HRT through Planned Parenthood. Like, pro tip, if you have a primary care provider that's being a dick, go get trans healthcare at Planned Parenthood. Like, good God.
That's another conflict of interest because the...
Aw. Daniel Goshen, thank you for $4.99. Happy Pride Month, 2 weeks into HRT and as scared as ever. Don't be scared. If it's what you want to do, don't be scared. Yeah, they do cancer screening. Like, they are basically, you know, they have a lot of stuff they don't do, obviously, but, like, they do so much stuff. Oh, it's just ridiculous. PM Pendleton, thank you very much for following.
FBI notoriously doesn't seem to care very much about attacks on pro-life pregnancy centers, but they'll show up in pre-dawn raids to haul away pro-life protesters who dare to protest at abortion clinics.
If the one he's probably referring to is in Tennessee, where the protesters specifically were on private property and would not leave. And he and a lot of other right-wing people like to say, oh, the protesters, they were targeted. They're just pro-life. Like, no, bullshit. They were breaking the law. I understand the party of law and order. It's kind of a mercurial status these days, but they were breaking the law. They got. Like, I don't know what you want, bro.
Now, this parade in West Hollywood, by the way, is traditionally one of the most disturbing and hyper-sexualized pride parades that takes place every year. And this year was no different. I went through some of the footage from the parade yesterday, but
I love how he's hyping this up. Oh God, this is good eating. Like, I'm sorry, this is I know, Matt, I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this, and I'm pausing like every 2 seconds, but it's so good because I know he's so mad that he's hyping the West Hollywood Pride Parade up like it's a car crash. Like we've been told that some viewers may find this footage disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. It's like, it's a fucking pride parade. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Most of it's too graphic to even show you without blurring it. But here's what, just to give you a idea, here's what I can show you. Watch.
Midriff, a lot of boys wearing the midriff, but you don't see that much that style here.
I see a lot of skin today.
Yeah, there is a lot of skin.
Twinks, whatever will we do?
Skin is very much on trend and in.
Okay.
And color.
Hey, listen, I want to do a shout out really fast. You're looking
This is
at
Mr.
Mr. Universe
Universe.
organization.
Mr.
That's right.
Universe
The
organization.
Mr. Universe organization.
Yes.
Oh, and there we go. No one.
Also, mind you, Hollywood, LA, right by Venice Beach, a famed bodybuilder like stomping ground. You can go on Venice Beach anytime, and you will find people scantily clad walking up and down the beach because it's fucking Venice Beach. And guess what? Not just gay people, lots of straight people. Lots of bodybuilders showing off gains. They have bodybuilding competitions all up and down there. So like showing me a jacked dude in a banana hammock and being like, oh, the scandal. Give me a fucking break.
My goodness.
Just
no
letting
warning.
you know that this is float number 12, Mr. Rolling in with an important message. It is Mr. Get your prep online for free with Mr. They offer free online prep and STI testing and no doctor's office, no needles, no paperwork, and free delivery.
God
Look,
damn.
it's the nuns.
Oh, not.
Like that dude is fucking like the way he's moving. You can see the abs and everything underneath. That dude is jacked. I feel nothing but applause for that man.
The perpetual nuns. Hello. Oh, no. Hello.
Of perpetual
Oh, and
what has been your favorite part of this event so far?
Why are they blurring? Look, you can see they're fully clothed under the blur. Why are they? I don't know why they're blurring that
out there and seeing all the kids just living and being there with their parents of all shapes and sizes, and just seeing them having so much fun and giving them fans and throwing candy and everything like that.
Okay, so I'm going to do, cut around quite a bit, do some blurring, because with these sorts of things, there's only so much
literally
we can-
nothing. Like we could see underneath all the blurring, you dork. Literally nothing that was explicit. Again, it's just like the thread we read already. Like they're just trying to, it is all they do about this shit is make mountains out of molehills. Like things that you can't even really be like you can't even ask like, oh, is that appropriate to have around kids? Because it's like, it's a bodybuilder. Like,
actually show you, but it's a disturbing clip in part because the local news station is broadcasting all of it enthusiastically as if it's normal. There's strippers on stripper poles. There's men dressed as firefighters in their underwear. There's an abbey.
terrible. Men dressed as firefighters. Who would ever want to see that? Oh, gosh. It's just... Lady Domino, you look pretty jacked in the cosplay pics you posted. Congrats, your hard work paid off. Well, thank you. I am still working at it. I am For the Poison cosplay, I'm gonna get out a full like I want like abs on abs for Poison. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of squats and a lot of crunches for Poison, hopefully in the next month or two.
Float with a cross with even more guys in their underwear. There's nuns in drag. There's men in BDSM gear. There's a bunch of children there. Some of them
didn't show any of that shit,
as you saw. In fact, the commentators are celebrating the fact that there are so many kids in attendance and that there's so much skin being displayed as well. This kind of thing, as grotesque as it is, wasn't just happening in West Hollywood. At the supposedly family-friendly Dallas Pride event this weekend, as Sarah Gonzalez and Alex Stein reported, announcers made graphic jokes about genitals with children in attendance. There was also sexually explicit merchandise, which I can't even describe on air. And a state representative was filmed bringing children to the event. Watch.
Where are my
Okay, so again, sight unseen. I haven't seen this yet. At Pride events like the one here, they have separate sections where adult materials are stored. And I am pro-sex. Well, I'm not pro-sex at Pride. I am pro-sex positivity at Pride. I am pro like kink at Pride, within reason. You know, like within reason. Within reason should be a pretty easy thing to gauge, but like anything you would not want a toddler or a 4 or 5-year-old watching, maybe don't do. Like that's just my thing. However, like most places, there are first off, there are Pride parties, there are gay bars, which are 21 and over, so it is all responsible adults who are in charge of their own stuff and can let loose. That's the places, like if you really want to get horny and sexy, that's the places you need to seek out for Pride. But there are also like different vendor avenues that are more restricted. There are a couple really great, like there's a local sex store called Brazen, and it's super queer friendly, super like consent heavy. They do like Shibari sessions and like teaching nights. They're so fucking cool. And they have for the last like 3 or 4 years now had a booth at Pride in a separate section that is off to the side, that is explicitly labeled like, hey, there's adult stuff here, so just don't take your kids over there. That's fine. And they will shoo away like, because teenagers are teenagers. Teenagers will try and come in. Sometimes they'll check their ID. Like, it's fine. It all works out. Of course, a Puritan like Matt doesn't actually care about that. To him, it's all a false equivalency. Thunder the Coyote. Yeah, you know Brazen. Hell yeah. Shy Killjoy. I'm very excited for my first Pride being 21 and up. I'm very excited for you. Namkia, does he not know that children joke about genitals? I was going to say genitalia, and then I saw you wrote genitals, so I split the difference. Genitals. They don't. People like Matt do not take into account that children are their own people. Like straight up, that is why so many kids leave their homes, are repressed, break out and have wild phases when they first enter college, because it's the first time in their life that they are surrounded by people who see them as actual beings who wish for fulfillment, who have independent desires that are not just driven by the people put in ownership of them, or what people like Matt view as ownership. What's a Shibari? Paper animator. I actually have a Shibari tattoo on my arm. I think if that's showing it. But Shibari is a... How do you even describe it? It's an art form that there's some stuff in common with kink. Like kink and BDSM can be tied into Shibari, but Shibari is a Japanese rope tying art form. That isn't necessarily sexual. Like people do it for a lot of different reasons. Some people do it for therapy. I just happen to think it's very beautiful, and yeah, like it's something super cool to like look into. The art of tying people up with rope, Leofi. Yeah, there's a long history behind it. There's a lot of really interesting cultural stuff to it. Quiet Kitsune. That's not wrong, Quiet Kitsune. It's like origami, but with rope and involving people. Yeah. Old enough to drink in the U.S. Hell yeah, Ghosty Boy. Andromeda, I hope you're able to go to Pride as well. Yeah, but it's Coyote. It's not only kink. Like it people can do it for a lot of different reasons. Like it is not necessarily sex based. Why are you bringing me a sock? Why are you, ladies? Like I bring you gift. I bring you gift. You play now. You stop streaming and play. I cannot, honey. I love you so much. I give you pets. I'll give you pets. Yes. There you go. Okay, let's get back to Matt Malding. But yeah, that is my official statement. Is like, kink at Pride within reason, because guess what? There are spaces for that. And I saw somebody earlier say that, oh well, I don't think any kid should be at any Pride celebration. That's just not going to be the reality of it, though, because you have these big things like parades that are put on by hundreds of event organizers, hundreds of different sponsors. They're put on by the city. They get cops and all of these other things. And it is for the purpose of being welcoming and inviting and showing community support. You need to have kids there. You should want to have kids there. Like that is, like kids, they're queer kids and they deserve to have a space where they can feel supported, or where they can understand that queer people are not dangerous. If they are kids who just turn out completely straight and they are just like, yeah, I like what I like and whatever, then at least they can have a place where they can understand, oh, people can be different and that's okay too. Like there is a line to draw there, but like just do it in a certain place, you know? Like I'm not saying don't have your leatherware and stuff, but you know, don't be swinging dick and stuff at Pride within reason. Yeah, that is my 2 cents. I realize that the kink at Pride discourse usually gets a lot less nuanced the longer it goes on, because people are like, oh, we should absolutely have kink. No, you shouldn't have any kink. And it's like, no, actually, the truth here is kind of like somewhere in the middle here. The Pride Festival in my city had the kink shit in a small alley. If you know, you know. Yeah, hell yeah. Swing and dick within reason. Lady Domina, queer kids need to learn about sex as well. They teach about straight sex in school. Why not teach queer sex? Yeah, but again, kind of within reason. I think there's a time and a place to talk to kids about that, and it's probably not like when trying to get them face paint in a balloon animal, you know? Like it's probably not the best time to talk to a 6-year-old about like puppy play, you know? Like there are just certain things that I think I was at here's a really good example, right? So I was at the Comic-Con yesterday. Hello, dog. Dog is saying hello. Do you want to come on screen? Want to come on screen? What? You are just, why are you trying to wrestle me? You are such a booger. Nope. There we go. Hi, dog. So I was at Comic-Con, right? And there was a booth set up that had, it was the only booth like it, but it was a dude who basically only had hentai art. Like there were some people who had in the artist alley where people, you know, they shop, they sell stickers, they sell art prints, they sell keychains. I actually got a really cute, I can't show one of them because it's a gift for a partner, but I got this really cute Silent Hill 3 Princess Heart keychain that I adore. But there was, like, you know, some people had some spicy art prints. Like there was one that was like Lizelle, and you could tell that it was porn. But when displaying it, it had like little notes over it, like saying explicit, adults only, or something like that. But then there was this booth that was just all hentai girls. Really quick, Tima over on YouTube. What about kink displays like puppy play that can be non-sexual? Yeah, like exactly. If it's non-sexual, like that's fine. You can represent kink. Like you can represent in leather and stuff. Like that's not what I'm debating. I'm just saying, like, do not do like BDSM sessions in front of kids. You know, like there is a dividing line. That, hello dog, you were just, do y'all see this? What my dog is doing right now? What that dog doing? No, She's like, okay, well, I'm taking that sock I brought you. That's mine. Wait, you were there? Yeah, Goose for real. I was in my Cloud cosplay. I showed pictures yesterday. Okay, you're going to the kitchen. You're being a butthead. Come on. Come on. Kitchen time for dog. Okay. I give that dog plenty of love. She is not missing love. So, dog stream when she figures out thumbs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, hentai booth. So there was a booth that I turned around because, you know, for the most part, it's pretty tame. Like, there's some stuff that's, like, kind of sexy. There was one that, like, they had a lot of, like, very yaoi. And, I literally, Goose for real, I literally saw you. I wish I could have said hi. Oh, well, I will be at, Goose for real. If you are going to be at, Spokane Pride, I'll be there. I'm speaking. Come find me in my speeches around 2 o'clock. But I just turned around. And the booth was just hentai art. Like, I don't remember if there were explicit, like, nipples, but it was that style of hentai art where there might as well have been. You know, it was a lot of nipple outlines. It was a lot of, like, crotch outlines. It was intensively detailed, and a lot of the characters looked like young girls. And also a lot of things that were just like, here's a sticker of a girl with her feet just spread out towards the viewer. And it's just like it was, I was there with my partner, and my partner brought her kid, right? And it was the first time, because I'm very much like, you know, I'm pretty fine with a kid seeing stuff, because I was a kid who I watched tons of stuff. I turned out relatively okay, but it was the first time I was like, okay, no, let's shuffle the kid past, because it's like, that's too much. That's too much in a space that people aren't prepared for it. You know, like, it's too much without warning, because if you're just browsing booths, you're going one to the other. Like, the booth next to it had Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, the artist did Sonic the Hedgehog, Transformers, and what was the other thing? It was Sonic the Hedgehog, Transformers, and, like, Final Fantasy stickers and keychains. And I actually got some of the, yeah, that's one of the things I got was from that booth. And then right next to it was just, like, basically porn. And it's like, okay, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about that you don't need at Pride, right? But because of, like, people like Matt, people are so much more careful about that shit now. So much more. There's not really that kind of stuff at Pride. Anyway, that was my example, I think. Well, and Mark Martin, I think it was just like, that was all that artist did. Like, he literally just did, like, hentai art. That was the entire booth. Where a lot of other people have, you know, they had some variety, or they did, like, okay, there was one that did body pillows. It was a really weird booth. There was one down at the very, very end that was like, it was body pillows, but specifically of, like, hunky first-person shooter boys. And the artist had I do kind of love it when artists very much draw the things that they love instead of what's popular. So it was just, like, Dakimuras of Modern Warfare Ghost, Price, the Master Chief, and I think Doom Guy had one. Oh, and Darth Maul. And it was so, but there were also, like, these cute little keychains with, like, chibi art of all of the Modern Warfare crew. And I was like, man, if it was classic Modern Warfare, I probably would have copped it. But I hate the new Ghost design, and those games make me sad to think about. But anyway.
Bisexuals. Bisexuals. They're not really bisexual. They're just sluts. Oh. company, except for the ladies who are a little grossed out by that.
Double entendres is what we're... Kenethias, have a good rest of your night. Like, double entendres is what is considered like lewd jokes. Jokes that kids won't even get. The kind of jokes that they'll be like, why are people laughing? And the parents can be just like, don't worry about it. Like, that is God. What is he showing that?
Yeah, you need to stop taking kids to gay events. Stop taking kids to gay events, you weirdo. Are you really a state rep? I am. Why don't you do something about the border? What about the fentanyl crisis? Border, yeah.
Like, oh God, these people are so fucking weird.
Why don't you do something?
We need to make the border more flexible. We need more trade and commerce coming across the border.
What about all the drug cartels?
All the drug cartels. Yes, we have to stop consumption over here in the United States.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
a big
but why don't you guys shut?
So this is what pride means. It's what every major power center in this country, from the FBI to the Navy SEALs to the media, is supporting. Even the VA hospital in Orlando is celebrating this. Take a look at this footage here. So it's hard to see in the clip, but there's at least 3 pride-themed items in the lobby at the hospital, including the flag.
What the fuck? Who cares?
A little sign that tells patients to inform the receptionist of their pronouns. Again, you talk about a recruitment crisis in the military. This isn't helping. It's shameful.
It's shameful that people want to be respectful to others and tell their God, what a whiny little bitch.
Obviously. So is this event in Philadelphia, which just put on the largest drag queen story hour for kids ever.
Beast.
At least according to Guinness Records. They're very proud of that. Watch.
Hello, base department.
263. Drag Storytime is, of course, a literacy program. Literacy is the foundation for success through life. So that's
No, Matt, you're showing the stuff you don't. You're showing the stuff that disproves your point and makes you look bad. You're showing the stuff that's talking about why literacy for kids is good and why drag queen story hours are totally fine.
That never happened before. Something felt different. My mom told us all that she'd go to bed early. Keep up with a free clam juice. Have a fun day. Give them all a big round of applause.
Congratulations.
So as Meg Brock pointed out in response to this clip, the good news is that in a city of almost 1.6 million, only 263 people showed up. That was the world record. 263 people at a drag event intended to indoctrinate children in a city of 1.6 million. Now that's 263 too many, of course, but it does underscore the fact that this is not a mainstream ideology, at least not among...
Again, he's going back and forth. He's just oscillating wildly between this is not a mainstream ideology and it's everywhere and it's coming for you and your kids. It's all over the place. It's being held by all of our major government bodies and everybody is, but it's not mainstream, so like we don't really have to worry about it. But at the same time, the FBI is all gay now and they want your pronouns. But at the same time, it's like kind of not really a big thing, so we can just ignore it until it goes away. You're just a, you little weasel. Weasel with a beard.
Normal people in public. It is among our institutions. But in fact, beyond that, it's not even mainstream on the left at this point. That's why not everything went according to the plan at the Philly Pride this year. At one point, for example, pro-Gaza protesters ran into Pride Month protesters. Now, if nothing else, the clash provided the first moment
I didn't see what did
so far,
Golden Arches
Pride Month, and we're only a day or two into it. Probably
Mr. Golden Arches. I didn't see what did Banana Brains. What did Mr. Golden Arches say above? I didn't see it. I didn't catch it. I went back and looked, but I couldn't find it really quick. Mr. Golden Arches, Banana Brains, CEF. Yeah, what I post it one more time in chat. Thank you very much, Maggie W, for subscribing, and Hammock for becoming a member. Yes, I forgot to mention people who watch on. First off, we're at 666 viewers right now. Boost. Also, if you like to watch on YouTube rather than Twitch, there are now $5 memberships that get you all the same emotes. I need to actually upload more emotes because you get more emote slots the more members you have. And now that I have more members, I can put more emotes on there. But you'll get all the same emotes. So if you would rather do it over on YouTube, that option is now available to you. But let me go check real quick. Yeah, Banana Brains or... Okay, Matt Walsh should... What did you say? I need to know. I need to know what Mr. Golden Arches said. Are you saying that event for the LGBT community was attended by the LGBT community? Terrible. I'm one of the founders of the Veterans Org that detailed that Blair White video. Oh, awesome. We are just about to crack into that. So if you wanna check it out. Why are you yelling at me? The cat is yelling at me now. The cat's right behind me. You can just get on my lap. You're small. Thank you very much, Roman Omen. Don't get used to it, because tomorrow it's going back to all blondes. But yeah, let's finish up with Matty Boy here.
Watch.
I forgot what I'm even supposed to be looking out for. Oh no, the Palestinian protesters are apparently interrupting the Pride protests, which, like, that doesn't seem that surprising. Like, people are, I feel like that's pretty standard. I feel like they would do, why wouldn't the cat yell? That's true. Like, yeah, the people who are out there being super awesome and supporting Palestine and drawing attention to the ongoing genocide in Gaza, why wouldn't they interrupt any public protest to draw attention to that? Like, that's the goal of a protest, is to, it's like slowing down traffic on a highway or anything else. Like, no duh. I know that they're Thunder the Coyote. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your night.
Okay, so there's some aggressive drumming going on there, and it's hard to tell who's on whose side on this one. So it's not exactly clear. But this is, you know, a genre that will never get old. It's watching left-wing intersectionality backfire. And in this case,
it's not really, though.
It literally backfired in an intersection, which is kind of nice. You can pretty much guarantee
it didn't. It's not literal, but also it didn't backfire. Like, there was, like, from the looks of that, which Matt even says you can't really tell what's going on here. From the looks of it, it just looks like a pride celebration, like a pride parade that there happens to be a contingent at who are advocating for free Palestine. Like, that just looks like the march. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of them agreed with them. Like, what? I don't. Okay, dude.
that all of these pride protesters are free Palestine people themselves. There were free Palestine chants at the WeHo parade, for example. But the real free Palestine people, the ones who actually understand what they're supporting, don't take too kindly to pride parades. It's amazing to watch, like a defund the police congressman having to call the cops after he gets...
The real free Palestine people don't take kindly to pride parades. Okay.
Smacked by the reality of...
Like, again, it's just getting into... Oh, well, why don't you go move over there where it's not acceptable so people will die? Like, this is just a safe way for him to talk about how much he wants queer people to die.
What he supports. As the left continues to import more of the Arab world, they're going to have to get used to this sort of thing.
God damn, white replacement theory,
but it's
too.
Not going away. At the same time, for every indication that Pride Month is different this year,
why is Twitter shitting the bed like this? Like, does everybody see the different pop-ups?
Just aired this Pride Month advertisement.
Oh no, I want to see the Pride Month ad. Oh, God damn it. All right.
We recently had some monumental news that nobody's talking about. For the first time in our history, the interest we... Target boycott didn't happen last year. They decided to charge ahead with this. They don't appear to care that Target lost billions of
Pink
dollars
Eye.
in
I've seen
market
Furiosa
cap.
twice. I really liked it.
Queer people have magic that we can share.
We're lucky enough to be in the Walmart Pride collection this year. Total dream come true.
It's not every.
I guess I'm gonna check out Walmart's Pride. I'm sorry, Walmart. I was unfamiliar with your game.
Every day that I see my products in a Walmart.
It's important to me to share my art.
No one can make the art that you make. No one can say the things the way you say them.
There's just literally nothing wrong with the shit that he's complaining. Like, what kind of asshole would have a problem with the things that these people are saying? Just saying like, yeah, nobody can do what you do, and you're a unique individual, and you're a cool person, and we're here to represent that. Like, fuck off. What? God, what a miserable. It shouldn't surprise me. It shouldn't surprise me what a miserable bitch he is.
The world needs to hear what you have to say and your story.
Queer people have magic, says Walmart, as if you needed any more proof that LGBT activism is a secular religion.
Matt believes that a crouton turns into the body of Christ in your mouth.
You know, that's what you get there. We're being literally told now that they have magical powers.
They're not. Like, Matt, do you think that Disney also has magical powers? When people talk about the magic of Disney, it's a disambiguation. It's advertising. It's marketing. It's a turn of phrase. Use your... I doubt sometimes, but I'm relatively sure you at least were born with a brain. Use it.
And as I discussed on Twitter recently, some of those popular children's content creators, people whose videos are viewed by tens of millions of children, very young children all over the world, are the biggest evangelists for this. So take Rachel Accurso, for example, known by her stage name.
Oh, finally we get
Miss
to the
Rachel.
goddamn
She
point.
has more than 10 million subscribers on YouTube, where she's best known for her series Songs for Littles. And these are videos that get tens of millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of views. And for the most part, the videos themselves are mostly age-appropriate stuff like nursery rhymes, even if they are incredibly annoying. But over the past year or so, Miss Rachel has started explicitly pushing LGBT indoctrination on her audience. Wasn't hard to see this coming.
Again, from the thread we watched earlier, LGBT indoctrination to him is simply the act of letting a child know that people are different, that there are other people out there, and that's okay. That we do not need to hate somebody just for being different. That's it. That to him is indoctrination.
After all, Miss Rachel's co-host, Jules, identifies as a, quote, white, non-binary, trans-masked human, and claims that as a 2-year-old, she realized something's not right, quote unquote, with her body. And at 12, a teacher first exposed her to gender ideology. And then the rest is history for her. But early last year, things reportedly got more direct. According to the Post Millennial, Miss Rachel personally invited Dylan Mulvaney on her program to sing a song for children. And this is what Miss Rachel posted below one of Mulvaney's videos. It said, quote, sometime when you're in NYC, you should be on our show, Song for Littles. We love you and your singing. Now, that wasn't bad enough, and if it wasn't clear enough that this woman hates the conservative parents.
Hates the like, have you tried not being hateful? Somebody else being accepting doesn't mean that they hate conservative parents. The conservative parents are the ones who are so filled with hate if this is enough to get them to have their kids not watch a nursery rhyme. Like, all right, we can tough this out, then we're doing Blair White.
Miss Rachel doubled down in a video celebrating Pride Month. Here it is.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way.
Like,
God bless.
Does that like, how can you say somebody hates you when they're saying their response isn't, first off, Miss Rachel, much nicer than the people deserve. Like my response, this is why I'll never have a kids show, would be, for those who say they can't watch it, fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your grandmama, Her response is, that's fine. God bless. Like, just positivity. I don't understand how you can be so negative. Like, it's so wholesome.
I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
So she's very loving, she says. Miss Rachel's approach is the loving one. If you don't want your kids watching...
And here he's going to completely divert a tangent. And watch. He's going to make this about, in his words, mutilation. Let's take a drink every time he says mutilation.
Dylan Mulvaney, and if you don't take your kids to family-friendly pride events, then you're a hateful person. You know, the problem is with you. You're a bigot, etc. Of course, the real point here isn't to be loving. As Jules has said, the point is to, quote, encourage and nurture a sense of curiosity in kids.
Do you not consider encouraging curiosity in kids as being loving?
And to teach them that there are infinite, quote unquote, ways to exist in the world, and, quote, one isn't better than another. The point, in other words, is to indoctrinate more kids with lies and falsehoods. And this is a falsehood, of course.
First off, none of that has anything to do with gender. Like, he is purposefully taking that and twisting it. And, oh my... This is why we can only watch so much Matt.
There are not actually infinite ways to exist. When it comes to our sex, there are actually only two ways, male and female. So it's a very finite system. And when it comes to the lifestyles and the choices that people make, some indeed are better than others.
Okay. So first off, there are more than two. Second off, you just said there are not infinite ways to exist. And then you're talking about lifestyles and the choices you make, which by definition, there are infinite ways to navigate. There are infinite ways to exist, you pedantic little bitch.
So this message might be delivered with a smile, but that doesn't make it any better or any less wrong, of course. In any case, the indoctrination continued this weekend at the Queer Fam Jam in Chicago. This event was sponsored by Lululemon, and Jules, the Miss Rachel co-host,
and now we're getting down to
at the event.
Getting down to the thread.
Well, a Pride Fest launched last year in Chicago returned today. This time at Millennium Park, hundreds of families from the LGBTQ+ community enjoying Queer Fam Pride Jam.
WJ's Sean Lewis has our report.
How horrible!
And June underway.
Yeah, what a terrible time it looks like everybody's having.
Kicked off in a new location, Millennium Park.
It just makes me very proud to be a Chicagoan today.
And I think it's important that he sees that there's all kinds of people in this world and all kinds of love in this world, and not to be judgmental about it. And just.
But to Matt, this is apparently teaching hate. You hate your kids if you teach this. Like, I wonder if in his most private moments, the cognitive dissonance actually gets to him. If when he's alone, he's watching this footage and is like, am I wrong? I don't think so. I think he is too self-assured, but like, what the fuck, man?
Be open-minded and amazing.
You can't be what you can't see. So when you walk in and you're not one family, but you're one of many, it's just the affirmation that provides and the hope to keep going and living in your truth. It's just irreplaceable.
That person had immaculate mom energy. I can guarantee gives great hugs.
Can't be what you can't see, we're told. And that really kind of sums it up. These activists understand that their agenda must be foisted. It must be imposed. That's
not what was being said. That's not what was being said at all. Also, foisting and imposing things is what you constantly advocate for.
Shown to people, particularly children. Kids will not come up with any of this stuff on their own.
Kids, famously, there have never, I love this. This is one of my favorite arguments because it is so anti-factual. There were never gay people. There were never queer people before people were told they were queer. It's like, no, there were. When people like you, Matt, completely dominated society, queer people fell into generally one of two groups. people who were ostracized and kicked out of their house for refusing to live by the rules of others and wanting to be themselves. Or people who internalized it and lived by the rules people like Matt handed down and suffered through their entire lives suppressing it. That's how most people existed. Most queer people existed until probably about 30, 40 years ago. And even then, mass acceptance is something that is very new. And as people like Matt and Blair White and everybody else shows, people are still kind of working on it. So this idea that, like, there were no queer people, it's like, no, they were. And we don't know how many there actually were because of how many people were afraid to live as themselves.
We knew the local news media wouldn't cover the whole story, so the Daily Wire's field reporter, Spencer Lindquist, was at the event in Chicago, and here's some of the footage
Field
that
reporter.
He watch.
Field reporter being somebody on Twitter who was like, hey, can I have a job? A bunch of toddlers, like the scandal.
Here you go. Here you go. Follow me. Right. Right. Go. Roll it. Let's go. I got you. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 5 with the right and right. Roll it down, left. Roll it and Philly. Yes. Good for the boy.
Okay, so lots of very young children there, and the children were subjected to a grown man in a skin-tight leopard print onesie with heels, shaking his body around while collecting a dollar bill.
Shaking his body around. Dancing. Just dancing. Like, not even suggestively, just dancing. Okay, I think we've pretty much seen all of what Matt is gonna get for us. How are we feeling, y'all? We are hour and a half in. Let's get some more. Do we have any subbies in chat? Let's get some. If you feel so inclined, if you're enjoying the show, please consider subbing. Also, please like and comment on the stream on YouTube. Do we have 20 minutes of Blair White in us? I think we do. I think we do. And then I have. Let me actually get it lined up. Yeah, let's talk about next. We will be talking about the cast review and puberty blockers. But Matt Walsh, I'm feeling. Damn, you know what? I'm kind of feeling Taco Bell, y'all. I could fuck up a Mr. Oakby, thank you for resubscribing to Tier 1, and Lennon Cat knows what to do. Thank you for subscribing with Prime. Yeah, I think I could run through a like a cheesy gordita crunch. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Mark Creeds, thank you for, oh, holy crap. Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting Tier 1 subs to Olitham Shiv, Barbecue Cupid, Utomnian, Here's to the Promise, Astro Brains, Elder Mohawk, Robots 40, Best Friend Ito, Dutch McGraw, and Gurky 42, and then Way to Sugoi. Thank you very much for 3 months. Holy crap, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, let's get this, and then I might order some, You know, I only had White Castle one time when I was in Minneapolis, and it was mid. I'm gonna be real, it was mid. Like, I mean, most food I ate in Minneapolis. Oh, man. One place I'd really love to go back to Minneapolis, Uncle Frankie's. Any Minneapolis heads know Uncle Frankie's? Oh. If somebody tells me Uncle Frankie's went under, I'm gonna cry. Like, I live my life every day. That is like my vision quest to make it back to Uncle Frankie's one day. Ooh, a nacho. I might get nacho fries. Also, somebody should give me $10 for a Taco Bell font. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Verdant Eclipse, Taco Bell Fun. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Amelia's Melody. Thank you very much for subbing with Prime. And Two Horned Unicorn. That is a cool name. Thank you also for subscribing. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's get it.
Honey, there are as many gender.
Here's the thing. Blair White. Yeah, somebody in the chat already saying Joe K. Joe NYC. Blair White, well known. Oh, Uncle Frankie's hot dogs, lady ass. Oh, Uncle Frankie's goes hard. Like they. Oh man. Good as hell. Good. I was like when COVID hit, because like there are very few food places that I'm like, oh God, please don't ever go away. Schlotzsky's is one of them. I haven't had I would do dirty things for a Schlotzsky's sandwich on a good day. And we used to have one in Spokane and it's gone and I miss it so much. But yeah, anyway. Sorry. Blair White, well-known conservative grifter. There's not much to say that hasn't been said before about how much of a pick-me she is, because she is basically a barnacle that will latch onto any culture war issue to try and give it some kind of validity from a conservative trans perspective. But that's really all she does. She doesn't have much of a personality outside of being a catty, wannabe mean girl who has gone through, and this is nothing against people who go through plastic surgery, but like who's gone through so much plastic surgery to try and look effeminate that she is the worst case scenario of any of the like mean girl trans girls who invest all of their personality points into just being catty because they pass. Even though, and this is my low-key opinion, I don't generally like to insult others' appearance. However, for her, I'll make an exception. 1, 2, I think she had a very bad nose job. Like that is my opinion. When people talk about how like, oh, Blair White is hot, like Blair White would, I'm not like, that's my hot take. I don't like to I generally don't insult others' appearances. I think Blair White had a really bad nose job. That's my bad. I legit miss her old face just like Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I think like it's like I don't begrudge anybody for getting the word. If that's the way she's happy, whatever, God bless. But I'm also saying like maybe don't insult others' appearances quite so much, honey. Yeah, no, exactly. Ocean Idol, she's just trans Regina George. She just like that seems to be what she aspires to, and it comes through in this video in the short clips I've seen of it. Yeah, we'll just watch because again, she is something of a celebrity. A lot of people recognize Blair White. She has been on Tim Pool's show. She's been on Alex Jones's show. Like, she has been the trans focal point of the conservative movement for a long time, even though, again, she doesn't really have anything original to say. She doesn't really do any kind of analysis. Most of her content, like on YouTube, is just her reacting to shit. Like, that's kind of what she does. So, like, she is that pick-me. That is her thing, right? And as a result, people in the queer movement, especially people who are going to be political, who are going to be event organizers, people who have probably dealt with her ass in the past, are going to recognize her. And when they recognize her out here on the street making content with what looks like a microphone and probably a cameraman, they're going to go up and be like, hey, maybe don't interact with her. Like, just because guess what? They're going to be people at Pride who are not terminally online who like don't know who she is. And this, so I'm predicting from like the 30 seconds I've seen of this, that this video is just her trying to spin people being like, I don't want to talk to you, into, I thought everybody was just like, I thought this was all about people. Why are people so afraid of asking questions? That's my personal opinion. But let's actually see, because I think it's going to be pretty awful.
As stars in the sky.
What do you think is the earliest age that someone can start receiving puberty blockers, hormones?
As soon as they can vocalize that they want breakfast for dinner.
Now you're just being a stalker, sir.
Okay, just play the actual thing. Also, girl, I understand you probably excuse me. I understand you probably paid a decent amount of money, but how are you gonna be sitting out here talking about how pride is bad and you shouldn't sexualize things to kid, and you got these milkers just hanging out for the world to see? Like, come on. I know what she's doing. She plays up the trans angle. She absolutely does. Like, she plays it up. She knows who she's appealing to. She knows the repressed weirdos who follow her. She absolutely does it. But it's like, if you're gonna be this much of a grifter, you can't reveal your cards like that. Thank you very much for the goats we got. Thanks, Dragon, for following. Carlos Wild Ride, welcome to the flock, my lovely goats. Let's get to, I don't want to watch 30 seconds of coming up. You don't even have an intro, like, Jesus.
Last one I did in Hollywood. How many genders are there?
The many.
Maybe Texas is going to be a better representation of the community than Hollywood. Let's see. The only thing is, I feel like I'm probably too sober for this, so we need to get shot.
No, her... Did she get more work done? Because her face does not look like it. She's right-wing Samantha Lux, yes, and not nearly as pretty or smart or witty. Like, Samantha also does like actual analysis. Yeah, go sub to Sam. I love Samantha's stuff.
Thoughts first, because I'm getting anxiety. So we decided.
Spicy Noodles, thank you very much for following.
Like we're coming in hostile. Put rainbow tape on the mic, but I feel like it just looks like a dildo. Hi, what's your name?
But again, queer people are the ones who are sexualizing everything. With the boing sound effect. God, this is, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for how cringe this was going to be. Like, this is rough stuff thus far. We're only a minute 25 in. All right, I got to stop pausing. We actually have to watch this.
Oh my god, do you want to be the first interview of the day?
I do. Oh
Let's do it. Oh my gosh.
I've heard my partner follows you on your social media. She
Oh.
talks about you a lot.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I know you be shaking waves. I know you make waves.
A little bit. How many genders are there?
How many genders are there? Here, there you go, starting off with this question. Now, I'm going to say, biologically, we got male and female. Hormonally, it creates so much variation.
How do you feel about gender affirming care?
That's actually a really interesting... I don't agree with that, but that's a really interesting... Like, I feel like he's got the spirit, almost. Like, that... Did you have a live stream on Father's Day? I don't think so. I don't know. When's Father's Day? You cannot ask me when a holiday is because don't know. Couldn't tell you. When's Christmas? It's the 25th, right? You'd think I'd know. Probably not. Thank you so much, Amelia's Melody. Thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Carla's Wild Ride, Screamin' Red Skull, Baked Drymanzetta, Soupy VRC, and Spay777. Thank y'all so much for all the subs today. I appreciate it.
Banned here in Texas, so it's like a big thing happening right now for minors.
Why would Blair White go to a Pride event? I mean, Kink at Pride, that's what you do when you have a humiliation kink.
I think everybody has the rights to gender-affirming healthcare regardless of your age.
How do you guys feel about trans women and women's sports? Another highly debated topic.
They're women. They're women. Let them be in women's sports. It's not like...
Based!
Even Leah Thomas.
Huh?
Even Leah Thomas's big ass.
Big ass, God. She is so catty. Like, even Leah Thomas's big ass. Like, and like these poor youths are just like, what? I don't know. Why are you being weird, old lady?
I don't know that. I don't know people.
Exactly. Like these kids are not as terminally online as Blair. It's the traditional like conservative thing where they obsess over one story or event, so they assume everybody knows it. But then you ask other people about like, hey, did you hear about what happened with George Soros? They're like, who? What? Did you hear about what happened with Leah Thomas? I don't know her. Like, God.
It's like,
what do you think is the earliest age that someone can start receiving gender-affirming care, whether it's puberty blockers, hormones?
As soon as they can vocalize that they want breakfast for...
Oh, okay. I got Twitch. Here's to the promise. When's the 4th of July? Oh, I feel like I should know this one. I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
For dinner.
There's a security guard following us the fuck around, like hard.
Could it be because you have a camera and you're just going around interviewing people?
How do you feel about gender-affirming care for minors being banned here in Texas? Hot topic right now. That's what's happening.
Being banned, honestly, I feel like it's banned in Texas, but they honestly need to be focusing on way more stuff before that. That's my opinion. I feel like leave it to your parents. Honestly, leave it to your parents at this point, and for the Texas government, we got other worry about.
What do you think we should?
Really quick, thank you very much, Benjamin Clodfelter, $10. Thank you so much. I was out there on Saturday with Veterans for Equality. We're just a bunch of veterans help keep LGBTQIA events safe. Thank you so much for reviewing her awful video. Of course, thank you very much for volunteering and doing that stuff. That's so super important to have allies who are willing to do that and show up. Everybody in chat, give a shout out to Benjamin. That is so kick-ass of you, and I wish you all the best, and thank you very much. This is one of the few times, well, thank you for your service. Thank you very much.
Worry about before that.
I think we should worry about, let's see.
Oh yeah, she doesn't have
housing,
a press ID.
getting housing for people who are homeless, because you drive around Austin, you see empty buildings. It's like people can be living in those buildings.
It's like Iraq.
It's like Iraq. Yeah, it's getting into very crazy.
Iraq realness.
Jesus Christ.
Or like Iran. Can dogs be
Bitch,
gay?
what?
That's a yes. Can they be trans?
Leave that dog out of it. Leave that dog out of it.
What age do you think someone should be able to medically transition?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't think there's a specific age that anybody just comes into their trans identity. I don't have an age for you. I mean, you know, as an AMAB person assigned male at birth, like, what do we go through puberty at, like 13?
I think so.
I'm like, anytime around that age, I feel like whenever these...
That is low-key shady. That is low-key shade. To ask Blair, what do we go through puberty at? I know Blair hated that. Like, girl.
Kids are coming into their own identity. It should be a conversation that we could have and not be so quick to say, oh, nope, they're too young, they don't know what they're talking about.
Hi, how are you? Do you want to be interviewed?
Hi.
Let's do it. How many genders are there?
She's hot. She's hot.
I go with 2.
Love it. How many genders?
See, this is just showing that her whole thing is just like she's just doing this for the trans thing. Like she's just doing this to do like gotcha questions on trans people because that is the hot issue right now. She's not taking any other conservative issue that they have with like pride. She hasn't addressed pride. Maybe she will in the rest of this video, but like up front, it's just about trans stuff, trans healthcare, because she knows that that is the red meat her audience craves, and that is the only thing she is ideologically beholden to. That is it. She has no other thought processes at all.
Are there?
As many as there are. I do not have that number for anybody, but I'm open for every number.
Like infinite?
Probably, yeah.
How do you feel about the Planet Fitness trans controversy? I'll ask both of you guys that one, the Planet Fitness one.
I'm ready to join.
I didn't hear about it.
What?
I'm ready to join.
Well, what happened? What's the tea?
There was like a man in the women's locker room, and then they sided with the man over the woman.
Yeah, well, she's.
How are you gonna? Oh God, just like sit there and talk to a trans woman or somebody who's presenting femininely, and then the story isn't about a man in the woman's locker room. It's about a trans woman in the woman's locker room who what just happened to not be passing.
Photographed him, and it's against the rules to photograph in the locker room.
Yeah, and that's the other big thing that conservatives always love to completely overlook. It was again like the crazy lady who we've talked about on stream. The crazy lady is like a hardcore, like I want to say she was like a QAnon person. I don't quite remember the details, but like she was a conspiracy theorist. The person who blew up on right-wing media because she took pictures of the trans woman in the Planet Fitness locker room. But like, thank you very much. Who's that goat?
He was shaving his beard in the locker room.
It was a.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Hunty, you had facial hair too at one point. I'm pretty sure, Blair, you shaved at one point. This is talking as somebody. I'm on like my face right now. Y'all can see on camera. I'm on like day 4 or 5 of growth. Like I've never had that much body hair or facial hair to speak of. I've still shaved. So I know you've done it. Avery T, thank you for subscribing and following and subscribing with Prime. Like, do not do this like, ugh. Would Blair be okay with being in a men's locker room? I bet not. I bet not. I bet not.
Whole man talking about.
Have a good time, Ellen Luby.
I feel like if you're shaving your beard, you should do it in the men's locker room.
I super disagree. Also, yeah, Afe, I still don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I believe it's Afe. I could be entirely wrong. I know it's like a Celtic name. Plenty of AFAB people shave too. Yeah, let's not let biological reality get in the way of their like transphobia. Aoife?
I feel like
that's adorable.
If you're a woman,
I love
honestly,
that.
you should shave your beard in the men's locker room if you're really neat.
Or get like laser.
I think minors should be allowed to like go on puberty blockers because those sort of things are like that's helpful, you know, it's reversible. Rushing into something. Are you famous or something?
Am I what?
I like how she just posts like a still, but she doesn't actually say what's like. I wonder, does she? Don't go to Pride if you're not woke. Yeah, no shit. Okay, I know she doesn't have a. She doesn't have a. I don't know why I would think she would have a link to sources, but she just posts a thing that just says the thing that agrees with her, and that's it. Okay.
Famous is a big word. I guess I'm known. Yeah. Have a nice day.
We're with Blair White. This is the real.
Oh, it's a video.
This is a video. Look at her.
See, girl, you should not, but do not. This is one of those, like, I don't get political motherfuckers. Like, you don't know the detriment, the harm that she's doing your community. Yeah, also, Avery T, shouldn't she be censoring kids' faces? One would think.
She's looking cute, looking just like she grows in real life. Wow.
How do you guys feel about gender affirming care for minors being banned here in Texas? Because it's like a big thing here in Texas right now.
I feel like it should just be open for everyone.
How many genders are there?
Honey, there are as many genders as stars in the sky. It's all based upon...
Like infinite.
Yeah, honestly, it's a spectrum, right?
I'm just on the autism spectrum.
Okay, girl, me too, let me tell you.
How do you feel about trans people in sports?
Trans people in sports. I feel like me and my partner were having a conversation about this. Eventually, I just want no male or female sports. Just everyone is going to be running.
It's like everybody's swinging on everybody.
That seems like a bad
Honestly,
idea
like,
for.
I've seen
whatever.
some women do some crazy. I've seen men get beaten up by some pretty big women. And
so you're on some like equal rights, equal lefts type shit.
I'm equal right, equal left. And Simone Biles is out here making everybody look bad, honestly.
Is she a man or a woman?
She's a woman. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Sorry, she's getting her chance to be racist confused. Yeah, it's just another black woman. It's just another black woman. Brickmaster Max, thank you very much for $5. Holy cow. Sorry I'm late to the party. Happy Pride Month, everyone. I love your shirt, Jordan. Is that it's not just Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, it's a whole crew. I got everybody on this shirt. Yeah, this is one of those this one got me. I don't remember if this is Redbubble or TeePublic, but they got me on Insta with this. Like I don't know what piece of information Facebook sold, Meta sold, that said like at one point I liked an Aqua Team Hunger Force post, but they put this shirt in front of me and I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. God damn it. Satch 5150 CLF. Thank you very much for subscribing.
So like puberty blockers, hormones, like that's all okay if you're like in the tween age?
As long as it's gone through all the proper channels and I trust my doctors and our scientists.
How many genders are there?
One.
Only one?
No.
Like Jesus?
Jesus. I don't know. There's
25.
As many genders as you want there to be. It doesn't matter. Like
based.
If you like it, just do it.
Oh yeah, Shibari as well. I've watched I've been watching Smiling Friends as they come out, going on Twitter every night, every Sunday night. I'm there at like 10 o'clock being like, okay, I gotta see the new episode. Oh my gosh, Utomnian, hey there, cutie Jordan. I see someone gifted me a sub. I hope everyone is having a good time. Yeah, there have been a lot of gift subs. Thank you all so much for tonight. Soupy VRC, thank you very much. Or I'm glad you got a gift sub as well.
I don't want that bird to on me.
That doesn't happen.
Oh, it could happen. It happened to my mom.
Oh,
how do you feel
Why would you
about
keep that in
gender-affirming
there?
care for
Why would
minors
you keep
being
that
banned
in there?
Texas? That's obviously like a big topic because we're in Texas.
And I'll disagree with you on that. I don't believe in complete bans. Okay, there should be exceptions, just like in the abortion issue, there should be exceptions.
Yeah.
But it should be the exception on the rule. And yeah, they're transitioning kids at the drop of a hat right now. It's pretty ridiculous.
They're not. They're not. There are still incredibly stringent guidelines to go through. Like there is no proof that they are transitioning kids at the drop of a hat. Now, anybody who actually isn't doing their due diligence, any doctors that aren't following the medical procedures and the agreed upon medical practices should probably be investigated. Yeah. But we are not applying those same metrics They're like, oh, it's being done at the drop of a hat to say, for example, something that is tangibly actually harming people and has a massive rate of regret, like the opioid industry or the opioid crisis, where doctors can be incentivized to just give out pills like fucking candy, which is not what's happening with HRT.
I feel like a midget right now.
Girl, I'm a suspiciously large woman.
Sorry, a little
I make
person.
Everyone feel tiny. You're Blair White, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Give you a hug.
Yes.
Why? How do people like, is there a trans group that, first off, this also goes against her narrative. Like every interview we've seen up until this point, we're almost halfway through the video, completely goes against her narrative that she's trying to set up of like, oh, I got kicked out. Nobody let me ask questions. Nobody let me talk. Look, people are offering her hugs. People recognize her and aren't throwing her on her face, which is better than she deserves. But why? My question is, why would they do that? Like, if you recognize Blair White, do you not know? Like, do you not know? Do you not know what she does? Maybe they don't.
And by the way, my name's Maxine.
These feel real. That felt real.
Well, that's just silicone, but it's not my silicone.
Oh, it felt like my mom or something. What is the youngest age you guys think that a kid should be able to transition medically?
She's like trying to riff, but it's just not. Like, the thing about doing content and making videos, and I say this as somebody who's done it, done a lot of content at this point. If a riff doesn't go the way you want, you can just cut it. You are choosing to show that. Like you have power over editing. And she is just not exercising that at all, and it's making her look really dumb. Like she's just and it doesn't help. I know she's cutting their reactions because I know all of these like jokes were just met with like awkward laughter. Just awkward laughter.
1 or 25. 21 for a woman, 25 for a male. That's when your brain is done forming. So at that point, I'm gonna let the adult brain decide whatever.
When you're grown.
Even if you've got trauma, like we can't undo everyone's trauma, but at least if we say 21 is when the women's brain is showing it's done, 25 is when a man's brain is showing it's done, let them make their adult decision.
Shout out to trauma. What do you think?
I say 18. You're old enough to buy a firearm. You're old enough to vote. You're old enough to get cigarettes.
Yeah.
When
follow me or we have beef, bitch. We got beef. Don't follow me or we have beef.
I was 17, 16, and I was on testosterone. And before the law changed, and when they passed that law, I had to completely stop. And
I feel bad for this person, and Blair knows exactly what she's doing by interviewing, by targeting kids, by putting them on the spot, is that she is hopefully targeting, in her hopes, hopefully targeting them for her conservative audience to laugh and make fun of these awkward kids, and I hate that shit so much.
So I had to find a whole new doctor in Los Angeles.
Hey, boo.
Oh my God.
What are you doing? Oh my God, you know who I am?
Oh my God.
That's crazy. How are you?
Oh my God. I literally
What
watch
happened?
your channel.
Why? What kind of... It's Pride Month. I'm not going to say a slur, but what kind is watching Blair White every single day? Like, why do you people hate yourselves? No, you know what? This is the problem that I've mentioned it before, but of the I'm willing to bet one of the catty gay guys who also, despite not being trans, wants to be Regina George. Like, they never got that opportunity in high school, and that's just what they want. J Bond Boy, there's no way that many people watch Blair White of all people. I mean, Blair White has a lot of she has 1.42 million subscribers. Like, let me put it to you in perspective like this. Thus far, she's had, what, 3 people recognize her? That is the exact same amount. Wait, no. I had 1, 2, 3. I had 5 people recognize me at Coeur d'Alene Pride. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I had 5 people say, hey, are you Dead Domain? At a Pride event in Idaho. I have 85,000 subs. All right, so like 1.42 million subs. I can see it. I can see it. Like I can really see it. Too much Yonki, thank you very much for subscribing. And NecroJ, thank you very much for subscribing to Prime over on Twitch. It's because of her tits. I mean, it's not because of her tits, probably. Well, yeah, how many of those subscribers are real? Look at Just Pearly Things. Yeah, well, you know, it's probably a decent amount. God damn. This is gonna pay like this could pay my rent for 2 months. Like, just this shitty low effort content. I pray I never get that like complacent with the stuff I make. Thank you very much, Joe KNYC.
Do you really?
We do love Idaho.
I'm trying to interview people, but everyone knows who I am.
No, like, I'll interview, like...
I should have got a disguise, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I literally just watched the Blair White project before I being married.
Oh my god, was I being so ignorant in it?
Yes. I don't think you're ignorant. Are you being watched right now by, like, security or something?
I'm surrounded by security guards. I don't know why. Because I'm not even being mean to anyone. I'm being so nice. Maybe we should ask the security guard.
Like, you are so good. Like, I hated trans people before, like, I started watching your video. Then just, like, a
I hated trans people, and she was the bitch who changed your mind? Honey, if you hated trans people before you watched Blair White, you still hate trans people. Sorry. That's true.
boy, but like, but literally, like, you brought like a new perspective to like. No.
That's so funny. Imagine I just come up and sit next to you on a bench. Why do you guys think Trump is more supportive of gay marriage than Biden?
Of the what?
Why do you guys think?
Why? Again, she's asking these leading questions, but even the kids are like, that doesn't sound right. And judging by the fact of who Trump actually surrounds himself with, I don't think that's correct. Like, Trump, when it comes to social issues, Trump is whatever he thinks will get the most positive reception from whatever room he's standing in. Like, that is the extent of his, like, conviction. I do not believe he has any belief. I don't think he cares about gay people at all. Like, I think it completely unfazes him. Growing up as a New York socialite, if he sees somebody who's gay, he's like, oh, yeah, it's gay. Like, I don't think he gives a fuck. Like, honestly. But also, he would, in a heartbeat, throw any gay person he knows under a bus if it meant, like, a 3% rise in his stock price. Like, he's just a craven... Yeah, he's a felon. Like, also, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
I think that Trump is more supportive of gay marriage than Biden.
They're all old men. I don't give a fuck what any of them.
He had a gay wedding at his house last month.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Based! Oh, God, these kids are so fucking cool, dude. Trump hosts gay wedding at Mar-a-Lago. That's just like a Twitter thing, but, like, Mar-a-Lago's an event venue. I don't care. Like, he did not... It's Mar-a-Lago.
Whereas Biden said, F the gays.
Yeah, no, Sierra Naruza, I think that Trump is 100% racist, but with the queerphobic stuff, his heart really... Yeah, like, it's never been... Like, it's whatever the way the wind blows. I just don't think he cares. I really don't think he gives a fuck. I also think he doesn't really understand, like, trans people or anything. Oh, Kaylin, everybody say hi to Kaylin Conrad in the chat. Yeah, I just don't think he gives a fuck. Trump was against gay marriage at the beginning of his campaign, so she's wrong. Well, the thing, they always like to pull out that one picture of him, like, holding a pride flag, but, like, you can basically hand him anything and he'll be like, yeah, of course I support that. Like, he just does not give a fuck. I still need to watch Kaylin's new video, so nobody spoil it for me. I've been working on I did a video basically like this one with with Blair, and it'll hopefully be out tomorrow. So keep an eye on the channel. But if you like, or if you hate this video, you'll probably like mine, where instead of just interviewing random people, I decided to go over and interview the, not even hate preachers, but the like the homophobic protesters that hold signs talking about how, like, oh, queer people deserve to die and burn in hell and all that stuff. I went over and interviewed a couple groups of them in Idaho. So if you like my investigative content, you'll probably like that little burst. Rinare, thank you very much for following.
It's for like 80 years.
I think that there was this post that said something about how Trump is like an old school bigot, whereas Biden's more of like a new school bigot. So he definitely doesn't care. Not that I like him. Not that I like any of them.
I love him.
Yeah.
Ulterior motives behind it.
These kids, God, these kids. Like, honestly, this gives me so much hope for the future generations, because even if they don't fully understand everything, like, even if they have a lot of learning and stuff to do, they are coming at it from the absolute right angle. They are not coming at it from, oh, we need to, support the Dems, vote blue no matter who. They're like, no, they're all old guys who don't give a fuck about us, and they don't understand the world that we're going through. I love them for that. And it's not at all what she probably expected coming up here with. Like, she was probably expecting, like, oh, no Trump. Not, fuck them all. Oh, God. Bless the youth. T. Smith, holy cats, thank you very much for 10 whole smackaroos. And Juliana, thank you for gifting a tier 1 subby to Lane. I love it.
I don't know, I just love Trump. How many genders are there?
Cringe.
So many that you can't define it. I don't think there is a limit.
You are a conservative. Don't make it sound like a big secret. Like, Moth Mom Jess, have you meowed today? Should I meow?
Yeah. Oh. Wait, what are we to you? We're conservative commentators.
Yeah, they are. You are. That's what you do. Like, don't act all. Oh, is she gonna try the Is she gonna try the classical liberal shtick? God, I hate that. I hate when Tim Pool does that shit.
That sounds about right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm also
Okay.
trans, though. I have a right to be
She's
here.
transgender.
No. Everybody has a right to be at Pride, you dork. You don't get a trans membership card. I'm trans. I have a right to be here. She's like a sovereign citizen for trans people. Like, no, you don't understand. I'm actually a incorporated corporation of transness. I have a right to be here. Bell Smell, thank you for following. Also, I just saw somebody else. Mr. Golden Arches, thank you very much for $10 every time VF Vet shows up. Take a drink. I'm almost out of my goblet. I need to refill it. That's so good. That's so good.
Okay, so are you telling a trans woman she can't have her own opinion?
No!
Okay, then what's your problem with her being conservative?
Wait, hold on.
I have no problem.
It's not that you said there's a problem, but you're filming.
Yeah, like what? You are literally going around filming people. Yeah, Bell Smell, this is new to me. I did not know they kick you out. Did you know they kick you out if you're not gay? I did not comply. I do not consent to my that is not my actual name. I am a legal incorporated entity under the United States is a corporation under international maritime law. This is not an admiralty court or whatever the fuck.
Saying these are conservative, so it kind of sounds like you have a problem, even if you didn't directly say it. You know
whatever the fuck Sob said.
Because at the end of the day, I'm trans. I can be here. What are you doing? It's just weird.
Just keeping tabs.
If you film people just because they're conservative.
It's keeping tabs. It's the same shit. Like this is very easily explained. I had the video I'm putting out tomorrow, hopefully if all goes well. A lady, as soon as I walked up to talk to the homophobic protesters, as soon as I walked up, a lady who looks pretty strikingly, like, she's in the very same, like, phenotype as Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, whipped out her phone and just started, like, filming me. It's like, whatever. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, but I'm also not Blair White, so, you know, I'm just built different.
That's like some weird shit.
And when I say built different, I mean with less plastic.
You're on some goofy shit, sir. A grown goofy. Talking about these are conservatives. Okay, so what's the reason you're filming that?
Right.
Is it like a zoo animal?
Right.
These are conservatives.
A lot less plastic.
He's still there.
Now you're just being a stalker, sir. Now you're just stalking.
Are you stalking a trans woman?
Stalker,
sir?
no stalking. Gonna be interviewed for a trans YouTube channel? Sure. Oh my god, I love that.
That is not, God, that's such a disingenuous fucking way to, I think this guy, like, already recognizes her. Such a disingenuous way to sell yourself. She is not being, like, genuine at all. Invoking the paradox of tolerant while attempting to push an anti-LGBTQIA narrative. Yeah, Volk is not, it's such a, it's very annoying. It's very annoying because it is, like, it exhibits that they understand. They have a basic understanding of the paradox of tolerance, right? Like, they know that certain things cannot be allowed to be permitted, but they are, like, trying to use that to their ends, to twist it, while still pushing the things that they know people don't want to permit. $5. Thank you very much, Sir Longpoke. I need to check and see. I don't know if you guys. Oh. It's not showing if it says anything. But also, Bite Bitson, thank you for following. Welcome to the flock.
Are you filming?
Yes, they're not doing this for your best interest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, why though?
She's talking about why though? Okay, tell me what's up.
How goofy and weird.
How goofy and with your goofy ass.
Please don't engage. Please
Why
do not
though?
engage.
It's a public place. We're talking to people.
I know. I'm just advising. I'm not.
Wait, you're advising them?
Yeah, like, I've never done anything wrong. I'm just a little bean. Why everybody so mean to me? It's not like I'm spreading verifiably false lies. Not like I've been trashing, not like I've been, like, noticeably racist multiple times in this video and I've shit talked Leah Thomas. Like,
Not to engage with us.
Correct them on them.
For what?
You know why.
Do you want to be a warrior and just answer a question? Because they're scared for no reason. We're just asking questions about things going on in the community. I'm trans myself. I'm here at Pride like every other trans person here.
Yeah.
How do you feel about gender-affirming care for minors being banned here in Texas?
The government should have no say-so in what a parent's decision is for health care for their child. Like, that's not up for a political debate.
Based.
And see how, like, we can listen to opinions and, like,
see how, like, we can listen to, God, she's so disingenuous. She's so disingenuous. The entire point of this video is not to listen to opinions. Like, as she literally advertised it, I got kicked out of Pride just for asking questions. Don't go to Pride if you're not woke. Like, the entire point of this is just more propaganda for her channel. Or she is hoping, just giving more fodder from the LGBTQ community for her community to point and laugh at. Tanglemar, thank you very much for following. Yeah, no, this is, like, it's just stuff to try and make queer people look bad. I don't give a fuck about what she's saying. Like, she knows how she's trying to frame this. She knows she's trying to get people with gotcha questions. And thus far, she hasn't been able to actually get many of them. And like we were talking about, it's kind of just disproved her point. Like, people have just been looking at her and being like, oh, you're Blair White. And it's like, and they haven't been kicking her out. They've been answering her questions. So, like, what are you making such a big fuss over, girl?
like, it's just an opinion, it's just a person talking, whereas, like, they're afraid to, like, talk or us talk. Do you think Trump or Biden is more supportive of gay marriage between the two? Because Trump was the first president to enter.
Piece of shit. I hope he rots in prison.
That's an opinion, but he was the first president to enter office supporting gay marriage, like in history.
Say that again?
He was the first president to enter office.
Again, so he says, and I realize that Blair is beholden to the party line and whatever people want to like believe, but that man does not. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Nothing can convince me that Trump actually cares about gay people. I don't care.
Supporting gay marriage. No, it's objectively true.
It's really not. Oh, is that what's happening?
It's true.
Are you trans and
Ew, they're like mentally ill.
supporting Trump?
I didn't read that.
If you are, then fuck you. You're gonna be.
Why are they so mad?
Why are they? First off, loved him. Yas. Second, why are they so mad? Read the room, ding dong. Truly, God, I wish I had just the empty brain vessel that Blair White goes through life with, just so I could have more mysteries to ponder, just so I could marvel at the beauty of the universe with a richer depth, because I don't know shit about how anything works. Because that is the view she must have on the world. If she is asking, why are they mad? Limitless mysteries abound in Blair White's vacant brain cavity, everybody. Just a place of untold wonders. God damn.
Jesus. I thought it was about pride, good emotions, the fuck. So, what's crazy is, as much as everyone acts like I'm, the villain for asking people's opinion and not even really countering, right? Like, I've heard people all day say they support child abuse, and I'm not.
Now, obviously, I don't know why people are saying I'm the bad guy when they're saying, when I'm just sitting here telling you they said things that they didn't say, or at least if anybody said they supported child abuse, which isn't what she's shown anybody saying, now she's just being super catty and bitchy and straight up taking things out of context. Now that she's not being confronted by people, you'll notice she's doing this. She didn't have the gall or the nerve to actually say this to people when they say, yeah, no, I support this, or, oh, I think this. She didn't turn around and ask, well, why do you support child abuse? Why is that, Blair? Is it because your shtick only works when you are a catty mean girl in private, away from everybody, because you can't actually stand up to scrutiny? You can't actually stand up to people arguing back against you? Is that why you didn't respond? Why you let everything go? So you can have this little win in private? Is it because you don't actually have any real convictions or knowledge of your own, and you're just regurgitating everything that your ecosystem constantly feeds you? Who's to say? Who's to say? All I know is, why are they mad? I don't understand why they're mad as I go over here and talk shit about them. Why? I got just, it boggles the mind. Why could people have been warning others about talking to me? I have no reflection. I do not know. God damn.
Saying F you. I'm not flipping people off. I'm not flying off the handle. The security won't stop following me.
Yeah.
Why are you still following me? Do you identify?
Sorry, give me 1 second. Somebody did. Oh, thank you very much. Dinks Delay, thank you very much for $5. Blair White doesn't have a brain. She has an empty parking lot. The IQ of a potato. Yes.
Identify as a bully? Hi. So why didn't you do anything when the person was screaming at you and having to be hauled off by his friend?
That was not... Okay. Let's go back and actually watch that. We're at 14:38. He was screaming and having to be hauled off by his friend. Now, to most people, somebody screaming and having to be hauled off by their friends would conjure an image of somebody, you know, being feral, getting excessively violent, like a very hold me back, bro image is what she's trying to conjure here. Again, much like Matt, her point is entirely undercut by the stuff she's actually already shown. That she can't really twist it into propaganda, because I can go back just a couple seconds in this video and show that's not really what actually happened. That is the most bad faith interpretation of what happened to what could loosely be, in incredibly loose language, be called somebody screaming and having to be dragged off. But let's just rewind it back so we have the reminder.
What's happening? Are you,
It's
are
true.
you trans and
Ew, they're like mentally ill.
supporting Trump?
I didn't read that.
If you are, then fuck you. You're gonna be.
Why are they so mad?
Dragged away. Screaming. Dragged away. Literally speaking at like room volume outside, by the way. Didn't even really yell. Just said fuck you. And was slowly turned away by his friend. I can't, like, this feels like dunking, like, this feels like beating up a toddler in a karate class as a black belt. Like, it's almost too easy to dunk on Blair. All right, let's go back to, I don't want to miss a moment of this content gold.
Hey, boo, what's up?
Yeah, also, Mark Martin, you heard that mentally ill comment from Blair. Yeah, like, she just said, ooh, they're mentally ill. Like, truly, why do people dislike me? Nobody can tell me.
We're being treated kind of badly here.
Oh, I'm sorry. And do not engage with us. Please don't engage with us.
Look how crazy this person is. Yeah. This is a fan of mine. Get away from me.
Oh my God, cuff me. I'm a conservative.
Are you following?
Again, so many of her jokes just come across as kink play. And I feel like it's very intentional. Like, there are trans girls like her who get their OnlyFans clout from just, like, literally being like, would you do a conservative trans girl? Like, that, she doesn't quite, I don't think she has an OnlyFans, but, like, she doesn't quite do that. But she comes pretty close. She knows the audience she's trying to cater to. All right, let's do one more
Me
drink.
too. Hi, are you following me too? You don't know?
You're causing problems.
How am I causing problems?
I did hear that.
But what problems, though?
When antagonizing people, making them upset.
So do you think the person that's, like, respectfully asking questions, people's opinions, is the problem, or the people...
Or the people, everybody else is the problem.
You.
What have we done that's...
Yeah, like, nobody has hindered her. Also, she's calling people mentally ill, saying that they're defending abusing children. Like, God, you can't do this, like, you can't pull this shtick of, like, am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain. Like, that's not your shtick to pull, honey. $5 from Azos, calling Blair a potato is insulting to potatoes. That's true. I actually like potatoes. Mr. Golden Arches, thank you for $2. There is Ben. I love Ben. Is Ben with the group? I love Ben.
We haven't done anything.
I just told you there was a person who had to be held back by a person screaming "F you," and I'm just asking respectful questions.
Freedom of speech.
I absolutely believe in freedom of speech, but you're saying that I'm.
Say that to me.
It absolutely is, but in terms of security for an event, I just question why you would think the bigger problem is someone asking people's opinions and respecting all opinions over the person that's having to be physically held back and screaming "F you" in a public place with kids around.
Do you feel unsafe?
I don't feel unsafe at all.
Then why is there any concern?
Enough said. God, what an absolute Chad. Like, asking all the right questions every time, constantly turning it back on her. Like, this, the longer this goes on, I'm surprised she didn't cut more of this. This just makes her look stupid. Like, this just makes her look way more pedantic and annoying. Like, the fact that she is sitting here trying to shove a microphone in this person's face and being like, why all these things? And he is just calmly being like, well, why are you doing it? Like, why do you keep doing it? Like, giving very plain, completely unemotional answers, and she's continually trying to escalate it. Like, you notice that every new question is her trying to take it to another level. And he, like, is defusing every attempt. Oh, just pitch perfect.
You're fake as fuck.
I didn't hear that.
But you felt it.
Felt what?
You're fake.
I felt what?
You're fake.
I'm fake?
You're fake. Because you know in your heart that between two people, one person, hi, what's your opinion on something? Being respectful the whole time. And the other person, F you, oh my God, no, hold me back. That's the problem person, right?
And again, as we already saw, I'm not going to go back and play it again because we've watched it twice now. That is super clearly not at all what happened. I'm willing to bet Ben knows that. She is just now lying about somebody. Like, she is now acted out her description of the events as if somebody was, like, trying to fight her. A guy who was just walking away, didn't even scream, was not wildly gesticulating, just said, fuck you, and his friend turned him around and walked him away. Like, good God. Also, yeah, if I was a font, I'd be Comic. Comic Sans on YouTube. How many times did she just say you're fake in order to get a rise? Yeah, like that. Again, another thing, editing probably should have cut because it just makes her look dumb. That she, like you don't want to insult somebody. It's never a good look to, like, say, fuck you. And then somebody goes like sincerely goes, what? What'd you say? Because they didn't actually hear what you're saying, and you have to be like, I said fuck you, and they have to be like, I didn't, like, can you speak up? I didn't catch that. Like, it completely deflates you. Completely deflates.
Sure. Right. But yet you're following me, and the person...
Moth Lake got here at the end of the video. Is there a way to watch a video without giving the channel a view? I kind of want to watch this. If you want to watch me react to it, I'll probably be doing a stream highlights of this, so give it like a day or so. But I think you could probably do it in like a incognito browser.
That's probably just off doing.
I'm just keeping an eye on you.
You said you don't know if you're following me, and you're keeping an eye on me. So if I walk over there, you're gonna be so fine turning that way and walking that way?
No, I'm gonna continue to keep an eye on you.
That's what security does.
You're fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Being called fake by you.
You're fake. Why? Why?
Girl. Being called fake by you, and she did not like that. She didn't like that at all. Jinx Delay, $5. Thank you so much again. Ben, you are the man in this entire video. You did an amazing job handling Blair White and her general stupidity. That is so... Yeah, I wanna hear that one more time, and we gotta get her reaction because I know the camera didn't catch it, but I know she did like a full, like there was a full shade sound effect when that happened. Because it's like fake coming from you, and she was like, why? It's like, you know why. You know why. But let's DJ, run that back for me.
The other person, F you, oh my God, no, hold me back. That's the problem person, right?
Sure.
Right. But yet you're following me, and the person who did that's probably just off doing.
I'm just keeping an eye on you.
You said you don't know if you're following me, and you're keeping an eye on me. So if I walk over there, you're gonna be so fine turning that way and walking that way?
No, I'm gonna continue to keep an eye on you.
That's why I said you're fake.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Being called fake by you.
You're fake. Why? Why?
Well, I think we both know why.
Why?
You know exactly the kind of person that you want.
You guys never say what you feel. Like, you guys love to say, you know.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Because she literally, you can hear her. Go back and watch it. You can hear her saying something, and as soon as he said getting called fake by you, she stops mid-sentence and goes, why? And when he doesn't say what she expects him to say, or what she thinks he means, even though she is, like, again, we've talked about this, she is a fake person. She doesn't have any real convictions or beliefs outside of things that are going to make her money and help her grift, right? If she did, she wouldn't be a trans person who actively works against other trans and queer people. Like, that's just the truth of it. But she, in her head, when somebody calls her fake, she thinks they are referring not to her beliefs, but to the work she's had done. So when he responds with her being fake because of who she is, her first instinct is to be like, you didn't really mean that. Why don't you ever say what you mean? That probably is what he means. But to me, that shows just how incredibly insecure she is. $10. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Thank you for your service. Thank you for doing this so much. I should be giving money to you for this. I actually said being called fake by you is an honor. She cut off the end. Oh, I'm sorry, but I love that. I do love that. That is so good. Oh. Oh, this is like with Matt Walsh, there's not a lot to like laugh at when we watch Matt. He's very ignorant, he's very dumb, but it's a lot of just anger and regurgitation. This is like soothing my soul, really. This is soothing my soul.
Vague statements of, I know why, you know what you're doing, but you can't say it because you don't have a reason. Because you're fake as fuck.
Okay, who's actually yelling now, Blair? Like, as much as she's continued saying that the person was yelling at her and trying to get at her, they were a lot calmer than she is. She's actually yelling now and swearing in public. Which for a kid-friendly event like a Pride Festival, that is a pretty good reason to remove somebody from the premises. If there's a loud person going around filming people, catching them, trying to trip them up, who we know is acting in bad faith, as we can see clearly from this video, who's just lying about people and their actions, again, we can just see from this video, and then is now yelling and swearing loudly? Again, the mysteries boggle the mind. Why she would be asked to be removed, why she would be asked to leave. I could never guess. I could never guess. Thank you so much, DJ Rat Girl Tika and Clobido. Thank you very much for following both of you, and thank you, DJ Rat Girl Tika, for becoming a member over on YouTube.
And you're following me.
He literally just said he would. Just said he would.
Oh my God. I'm tired. I'm deceased. I've been disrespected. But that's okay because I expected that. Or at least a little bit of that. I didn't expect it to be that.
I know you expect to be disrespected because that's your fan base. Like we are talking about the same person who literally in a panel of conservatives had another conservative woman say that she should stop pretending, she should grow out her beard and just accept that she's a man. Like that is the life that she purposefully chooses. to be disrespected on a regular basis. Regular basis. But this was a step too far for her, apparently. Okay. Plagued by Society, thank you very much for following. Welcome to the flock.
That bad, if I'm being honest. I don't understand the point of, you know, this is a community
And Holographic
that is supposed
Joe.
to just be about, you know, sexual orientation, gender identity, etc. What part of that is this the Democrat, woked out, lived out community, or the LGBT community? I'm so confused. Why was I such a problem just asking questions? And y'all know I sat there and listened to many people say things that I wholeheartedly disagree with. Child transition, ew, sick, wrong. And yet
she just sat there peacefully and listened, as she wants to put it, and then just went over to a corner and said, actually, they're abusing people. And then she went and just lied about people and how they were acting towards her. And then she just went and yelled and swore out loud. Like, to call her disingenuous would be to assume she had any amount of ever having been genuine in the first place, which I don't think she does.
I let people say what they had to say. Did I even give my opinion one time in this video? I didn't, right? I didn't give my opinion one time. And yet I was antagonizing people, so much so that I had to be followed by security. The musty,
not one time,
nasty security. They smelled.
God, she is such a, like, I know she's trying to do this, like, doll thing. Like, she's very much trying to be one of the dolls, but, like, look at the way she moves and stuff. She is, and again, this is not a judgment against anybody who aspires to that, but she is literally like the pouty porn girl fantasy that other conservatives are constantly talking against. Jay Daniel, thank you very much for $4.99. Hadn't seen a chat in a minute to fight the woke agenda. I'm head to bed in a bit. Have a good rest of your night. Like, it's just the way she moves and stuff here is just, it feels so, what's the word? It feels e-girl. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's giving like Belle Delphine almost, in just this like hyper exaggerated like femininity. Tatra on YouTube, isn't she super judgmental about passability? Yeah. How can you be like that but against people transitioning young? It doesn't work that way. No, she is very much the fuck you, I got mine kind of person. Like, which is describes a lot of, it makes sense why she would be conservative. It describes a lot of conservative thought. The idea of like, it's the same reason why more people who are conservative will be like, oh, I don't want, like, I had to pay off my student loan debt. It put me in like crippling depression. I couldn't actually make ends meet for months and years, but other people should have to do that too. It's like, instead of just being like, okay, well, we should pay off student loan debt. It's like, no, fuck you, I got mine. Like, I don't, other people don't need that help. Other people don't come from different backgrounds that might necessitate different approaches. Fuck you, I got mine. I said Belle Delphine earlier, but you ain't read it. Feisty Geisty, you and me were on the same wavelength. Goon baiting. Yeah, a little bit goon baity, I guess. Dolls, somebody asking what dolls are. Dolls are kind of a, let's just say a subgenre of trans girls, but like other trans people know what I mean when I talk about dolls. But dolls are like, they're just very hyper feminine, almost kind of girly pop. Just like that's how they want to represent themselves, and that's totally fine. They're totally valid. I love you just as much, unless you're Blair White. It's a very specific look, and it's like watch this thing again and just note how goddamn fake she looks.
One time. And yet I was antagonizing people, so much so that I had to be followed by security. The musty, nasty security. They smelled.
Like, look at that shit. That's
You
just...
can probably smell it through the screen. I'm sure that was already, you know, something y'all knew. It was just ratchet. It was not cute. My cameraman said they got some pretty demented footage of like a drag queen and a child. I'll have to look that over. The state of the community is just sad. Like,
the state of the community is just sad. Girl, the state of you is sad. Calling other people ratchet, and this is what you bring to the table. Yeah, no, Elder Mohawk, it's the batting the eyes that is just, it's so like, I don't know.
This is a community about openness, acceptance. It's like, I don't know, I just can't relate. Like, no part of me, when they were sitting there saying they were riding with Biden, right? No part of me wanted to rage and say,
Another thing that she is just lying about, the only people who really reacted to her talking about Trump and Biden were the kids who said, fuck both of them old people. Like, that's basically it. What? She's just lying. I shouldn't be surprised this far into the video, but it's just lies. What? God damn.
It was the other way around. And I think there's something really to be said about that, right? Also, whoever's controlling the weather, is it China? What country has that heart, that machine? I'm gonna need y'all to fix this moisture in the air. My hair is sticking to me.
Yeah, just look down at my boobs again for my audience. Also, you ignoramus, it's Cobra, not China.
I'm here fighting
Dummy.
off libs in the humidity, girl. All for YouTube. How long have I been doing this shit?
7 years.
I think it's like 8. I'm tired. Where's my 401k? So
Tired. Yeah, it must be so hard shitting out low effort content like this to get 300,000 views. God, what a cursed life you lead, Blair. What let's see how often she uploads. Problematic fave. Nar. I do not think so. Yeah, gosh, it's so hard uploading every couple of months. Last time she uploaded was a month ago. Before that, 2 months ago. Before that, 2 months. So same month. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Yeah, oh God, what a truly hard life you lead. Hit me back when you don't know when you'll make rent and you have to keep like continually doing streams and videos, Blair. Instead of making 300,000 views in a day on a video. Bite my ass. Okay. Well, the light AAVE, IBF, yeah, the light AAVE soft whiny voice is so porn baity. It's that, and then it's also, it's very Mean Girl coded. Like, it's very much, I never got past, like, I never got over my high school years. Because she is still, like, trying to be that, like, catty snapback girl. But guess what? You can't be that forever. And it just gets kind of sadder the longer and longer you go trying to do that. No, I don't think she edits her own videos. Severely disabled term. I upload more often. Yeah, like slow Xbox Panda. That's not. It's like YouTube is not easy, but do not sit here and be like, oh, I'm so tired. I have it so rough. Fuck off. Oh. Oh, Prismatic Zero, like deadass, a doll would eat her the fuck alive. I wonder, like, I almost wonder if they cut some people out, because I wonder if there were people who read her so thoroughly. Like, I wonder if there was a drag queen or somebody who has been, because there has to be somebody out there who has been waiting for their chance to read Blair White and just has it ready. Because I'm so, wait, Blair White is 30? She's only 30? No, I thought she was closer to 40. I'm speechless. That is a fucking rough 30. I feel like I'm going through the like space tunnel at the end of 2001 A Space Odyssey. Like, I am just, I don't even know how to parse what I'm learning. Like, that's damn. I thought she was legit, and I do not mean this negatively, just with how long she's been around. I thought she was mid to late 30s. Like 34, 35 at earliest. She's 5 years younger than Natalie. And Natalie looks so much better. That is... No, people don't lie. Like, I know people say it and they hold up like different, you know, conservatives is like, oh God, hate ages you, but like, it does. Like, holding that just hate and resentment, it really, God. Oh man. I feel like that just took everything out of me. Yeah, Memmy, you made the same face I did when I found out Alex Jones' age. Yeah, Alex Jones is not that old either. I think he's in his 50s now. Or is it late 40s? Yeah, he just hit 50. But Alex Jones is that 50 he's gonna be 50. He has been 50 for 10 years, and he's gonna be 50 until he's like 70 or 80. Like, he's just gonna look the same. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, she's 50. Okay. So, I wanted to do the cast report, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I thought Matt Walsh and Blair would take like an hour, and we're on hour 3. And I want to give the cast report its due diligence. This week, we will be going... This is the second time I pushed it off, and I do feel bad about that. But the thing is I have... Like, let me count. I have a bunch of sources lined up for it, and like shit to read through and shit to watch. I'll just have to dedicate a whole ass stream to it, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 different sources for a cast report. Like, I have a lot of stuff to look at, so I'm going to push it off. However, I am going to do, because this Wednesday, it won't be this Wednesday. This Wednesday, I will be doing another stream. This Wednesday will be our first queer history stream that we're doing for the month, where I will be talking about, I'm still deciding, I might just put on a Patreon poll. I'm still deciding if it's going to be, because I have a lot of the sources picked out, if it's going to be on queer cowboys or Stonewall. I don't know if I want to start the month with Stonewall or end it with Stonewall. And I really want to talk about the queer cowboys, because there's like so many cool like trans masked cowboys and people in the Old West. I love that shit. So many cool stories I can't wait to share with you all. And I have a lot of really great sources lined up for that. So that'll be Wednesday. And that will get, if you miss it, that will get stream highlights. I'll be doing stream highlights for all of the queer history videos that we're doing. Cast Report, for those who don't know, the Cast Report was a very shoddily done report on the effects of transitional care on youth that have now led to puberty blockers being banned in the UK. And it is just terrible. Lovely Linda, who we got going on over here? Lovely Linda. Go get some perspective. Trying to go back. I'm trying to find. Y'all talking too much. I know, Banana Brains. I do feel bad about the Cast Report. I do feel bad. A little bit, kind of. Listening to it while taking a bubble bath. I probably am not the first person to listen to a DD stream from the comfy location of a bubble bath. Oh, I'm glad I'm at least entertaining. Yeah, the Cast Report is, there's a lot of nuance to why it's so bad, but essentially what she did was she cherry-picked studies and disregarded anything that wasn't specifically double-blind to talk about the effects of HRT. The problem with double-blind studies is you can't really do them, because you can't have a study where you're giving one person a sugar pill or a placebo and the other person hormones and watching what happens over time, because guess what? Somebody will notice that nothing's happening over time. And so it was just an incredibly, she completely disregarded a ton of research to come to a conclusion that essentially things like, God, the Cast Report is the things that they drew conclusions on are so batshit and so obviously informed by the same turf talking points, like basically officially saying that, like the trans lobby or trans activists are preying on our confused youth, and they're preying on, in the cases they were talking about, like kids who would be otherwise labeled autistic. Yeah, the Cast Report is fucking redonkulous. God, I am so sorry. My chair is so creaky today. Boopity Boppity, thank you very much for subscribing. Crystal Wind Gaming, thank you for following. Holographic Joe, I think I thanked you. Oh, is Linda mad I'm being mean to poor Blair? I'm sorry. Has Blair tried not being real CNX Tuesday? I don't know. Yeah, James Phillips. Puberty blockers are only banned for trans youth in the UK. But it has a lot of people fearing that it will be, like, those things will be used to block additional HRT and hormones. And a lot of people in America fearing that they will essentially be used as justification for when people, I mean, that people are trying to get HRT blocked in America. Like, it's not exactly. Dragon X is actually super similar. The report reminds me of when young Earth creationists try to do science. They have a conclusion and they try to find evidence to fit that conclusion. Exactly. All right. We're on hour 3, but I do have something else to watch. I have one more thing before I take a Taco Bell break. Ooh, I have to go to Rumble for it. Oh man. Okay, so for those who remember, yeah, Sir Long Poke, because people like it's this gotcha a lot of conservatives love to do, where they'll be like, oh yeah, why do you hate Christians, but I bet you defend Muslims. I bet you would never say this about Muslims. I bet you would never, like, it's just this weird like racism gotcha that they love to do. And it's just like, no, I'm also against when another religion does the same shit, but guess what? We don't have a Muslim theocracy in America. We don't have Muslim legislators trying to ruin people's lives in America. When Sharia comes to America, that'll be a major concern for me. Okay? When there are Muslim churches here in America, when there are mosques here in America, that every Sunday they can be heard saying, yeah, all the Jews should be killed and all gay people should be shot in the back of the head by the government, like the hate churches I covered, then I'll give a fuck. Until that point, no. Like that, what? If I was a fawn, I'd be Comic Sans. Thank you very much on Twitch, or on YouTube. I haven't watched a Blair White video in a long time. I don't remember her face looking so plastic surgery. Like, yeah, we've been talking about that. That's gonna that Blair White video I think is gonna make a good stream highlight. Good stream highlight. Teeny baby torty kitty. Yeah, if y'all couldn't tell, my baby is a torty. Anyway. Why? All right, I'm gonna go give cat food really quick. And then I'm gonna go, I'm gonna let dog out real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Okay, so I realize I am now just being the biggest cock tease in the world. Yenzo, she's on a special diet. She has to have prescription food because she has like UTI issues in the past. I realize I'm being the biggest cock tease in the world because we have this thing, reprobate silver, right? But my ride to Taco Bell is on her way right now. And I am starving. Big Cheez-Its, yes, big Cheez-Its all around. Who's saying? I don't know how. I'm trying to keep up with you. What y'all are saying. Ghosty Boy chair stream. Yeah, where's I sub to empty chairs? When I needed my hero most. Yeah. Well, no, because you should repeat that. The stream would have to go down. But yeah, I think I am going to... I did not expect the stream to even go... I mean, I expected it to go this long, but I expected it to be... It's been an unexpected night. It's been an unexpected night. Let's go. We're gonna... Nope, stop it. Oh, it's Shirk. Oh, cool. Shark is, oh God, they updated Twitch. Ugh. I navigate everything from the Twitch dashboard. Let's go do... Okay, you know what? You guys are gonna love this. Yeah, we are gonna go raid Shark, and this will be... If you guys obviously don't know Shark30, like, go obviously sub and say hi. But Shark is looking at Alex Jones, which is something I don't even have time to start getting into because there are so many. There's so much. He's actually getting his shit like confiscated by the government. And so Shark looks like he's covering it. Go over, say hi, send out the goats, and thank you all so much. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you everybody who donated. It's been a wonderful, wonderful stream, and we are covering all of this later. Dominic, $4.99 from Dominic. Thank you. I'm eager to see you tear apart the cast report. Honestly, I've lost so much respect for the UK government for taking that crap seriously. This week, I will get to it. Either Friday, sometime over the weekend, if I don't get to it by the rest of the week. But yes, thank you all, and I hope we're going to start the raid. Let's go. Do our raid. 79, 81, and everybody go, like, subscribe, say hi, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night.